What is happening, all my little angels? Welcome to another episode of 9 Nerd Yards. I'm not rolling my eyes because it's another episode of 9 Nerd Yards. I'm rolling my eyes because it's the finale of The Idol, Jocelyn Forever. We is back, Othelius. Shout outs to you already in the comments, lighting us up. All the fire over here. I have so many questions. I'm sure everybody does who watched this finale. So let's just get right into it and kick off the panel. You know her, you love her. She is our very own idol. It is Kirsten Cobb. Kirsten, ma'am, how are you?
Well, I'm good. You know, I sort of met the love of my life over the weekend.
Oh my god, that's so amazing.
Oh, this is great.
Oh my god. Let's see the back. Oh my god, it's a full action figure.
Oh,
Robe and rat tails.
Note the Coke straw.
That is incredible.
He's got a Coke straw, and then he's got like an old fashioned. The chest hair and the medallion.
Oh wow.
Hand glued. And then, of course, googly eyes because he's crazy as fuck.
Just so we're clear, everybody, we had a little thing in the on Twitter from Kirsten saying, if you can guess what I'm holding before tonight's live show, I'll give you my heartfelt congratulations on being correct. I don't think anyone was going to know.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think any of you would guess, but yeah.
No.
Wow. I don't know how we're going to top that, but we're going to try.
Sarah Haley, adorable's one word to describe it.
Right. Disturbing is another.
Barbie.
You're right.
Horrible.
That's all it is. It's like a little Barbie.
God, it's crackhead Ken.
Just in time for the Barbie movie. And you know him, you love him straight out of the mean streets of Austin, Texas. It's BJ Stevens, aka Jeff. What an inside joke right there.
Oh, how's it going, everyone? Just over here breaking down these amazing beats, writing the music of our times. Really, yeah.
The songbird of our generation is.
Can't wait for you guys to hear my album.
Will you perform it for us?
I might have a stand-in.
Okay.
Ooh, does it include your debut song, Nasty on the Weekdays?
I don't know. Blake, does it?
It can now. And you know them, you love them. They're our favorite cousins' favorite cousins. It's the Drunk Manthas, Bill and Alex. How y'all doing, family?
Man, doing great. I'm doing great because I've been laughing all day and all yesterday because I watched this episode and it was hilarious. This was the most tolerable. I'm doing great, man. I'm just ready to talk about this stupid ass show.
Best day of my life. Never been better. And yeah, just really.
Genuinely.
I'm feeling really carte blanche tonight.
Carte blanche. Feeling like
Delicious.
I love it. All right. Sure. And you know him. You love him. He produces things for the show. He's out of the mean streets
Him or one of his clones.
Denver, Colorado. It might be one of his clones or it might be the real one. We're going to see. It's Terry himself.
I'm so excited.
Terry, are you there, sir?
What is happening?
Oh my goodness. Talk about carte blanche.
Hello, angels. How's everyone doing tonight?
Oh my god, that's it.
Are we ready to talk about the show?
I'm so happy.
Oh man. Hey yo, everybody,
interrupted something there.
Oh,
Terry. Question. No judgment. No judgment here, Terry.
Don't want to see that screen. I did not realize it was going to be all that.
Was that
I thought it was going to be another fun outfit. I didn't know there was a hostage involved.
Right? Please don't call when you see what I'm doing. Please don't call the cops. Everyone is.
Is that a real doll?
Might have been a real person. I don't know.
Oh, hello to the real person.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And I mean,
This long, and he hasn't told us he brought someone back from Japan.
Right. I'm looking out of the box.
oh no. Oh dear. Well, there's no topping it. I'm just gonna say it. He is the head of all the little angels over here. It's 9. 9, what's happening, baby?
Oh man, believe it or not, this is us at our best. I've been manifesting this for a long time, my little angels, and I think we're ready for the big times. I'm gonna get you on that stage.
Man.
Christ.
Well, meet us there. I kind of am still in shock, and I hope whoever you have under your control, Terry, I hope the authorities don't find out, or their manager team.
Yeah, man.
Let's start with Banthas. Let's start with y'all real quick.
Oh, joy.
Give me some initial thoughts from this episode.
Well, I will say this is definitely my least favorite episode. Even though it's like doesn't have as much disturbing imagery or anything like that, and it didn't like it wasn't as horny, even though there were some horny moments. The writing is so incredibly bad. Like, I was like, this it is hands down my favorite episode.
Up me, it was my favorite episode so far. I mean, it wasn't a good episode by any means, but
It never is.
This one was the easiest to watch. I don't know why.
No,
I just felt like I was actually watching a TV show for once. So I don't know.
Alex,
right? Yeah.
Alex, you shook your head yes that it was the easiest one to watch, but it was still your least favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
That's sort of okay.
Again, because it doesn't have as much disturbing imagery. I didn't want to be like, I didn't have a moment where I was like, oh, what's he going to do with the hairbrush? You know, I just,
Right.
Yeah.
that's the only,
All right,
Well,
fair enough.
Tell you one thing he's not going to do with the hairbrush, at least in the beginning of the episode: brush his own fucking hair. Bro looked
I
unhinged.
still can't tell if
Unhinged.
it's a wig or if
It's
it's
a wig.
his hair.
I don't
It's
know.
like,
I don't know.
I was debating how should I fix my hair. I was like, should I do my hair like that?
Oh no, I love before this when he's got the headband on and it looks like it's like, are those shitty sideburns or just
Right,
shitty
yeah.
hair?
I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, I was like, honest to God, at one point I was like, what the fuck's going on with his beard? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I did not have it. That did not make me. That made me feel the most uncomfortable of everything in this episode. I'll be quite honest. Jeff, give me some initial thoughts real quick. What do you think about this?
Oh. I'll tell you what. So first off, I think the hidden gem of the episode is their guy Finkelstein or whatever his name is.
Eli Roth is great.
Dude, Eli Roth was the funniest, had the funniest lines in the entire show, let alone the episode.
He had the most fully formed character too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm convinced he wrote all of his own lines.
I have written I've written down like two of my favorite lines of his. Yeah, she's talented, but so was the banjo boy from Deliverance. And
Harsh.
and even better when Isaac starts singing and he's just like, and they're like, what? Yeah, Tedros got them, and he just goes, Scarface Miyagi found them.
Yeah.
But I will say, this show, specifically this episode, I actually think did something really, really good for Hollywood, and I think it's the exact reason why it shows that we need writers. So I think the writer's strike. I think this episode is helping the writer's strike.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Love
Say
it.
it.
Or Super Mario Brothers.
Or wherever the fuck he is.
dude.
Oh, he stole our joke. He listened to our episode and then he was like, "Listen, I'm adding it." Kirsten,
Well, it's the only way they can add with the writer's strike going on.
They got to listen to us, and we do
Right.
pretty good. Kirsten, what did you think about this episode, man? Give me some initial
Oh
thoughts.
man. Well, you know, I'm always so excited to return to the same house set we've been in all season. and see that pseudo modern African art just featured so prominently behind all those white people's heads. It just
Especially because
sets
that's in
it off
Jocelyn's house.
right?
Right.
Yeah, it just really sets
She
it
bought
off.
that?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Mhm.
Why
She
would-
should
why
have
course,
been
why not?
advised.
Duh.
There you
Duh.
go.
Nothing.
But no, I you know what? I liked the episode when it first started, and I thought
Mhm.
the same as the whole season. It starts out with a good story that you almost kind of want to get into, like a guilty pleasure story where you're like, oh, you know what? I don't know that much about the music industry. It'd be really interesting to see her go through her day to day. And we still see a little bit of that, but with more focus on the group as a whole instead of just Jocelyn. But then it just takes a fucking turn like it always does. And it's not solely when the Weeknd enters the screen this time. It's like a collective of things that just bring this episode down in the middle of it. And then all of a sudden we time shift and that's it. What happened between
The
them?
end.
It sounded more interesting than what we saw on screen.
Nothing happened in the interim. That's it. That's it. Whatever we heard,
That's
that was it.
girl. That's it.
Really? But that
Stop
feels
asking
like they could have got more into it.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean,
Instead
they
of focusing
definitely
on
should have.
Tedros coming back and, oh, you know what, she does love me after all.
It was
No.
such a wicked situation.
That was
It's a
so
wet
yeah.
dream of
God!
a show.
It's
Do
so
not.
bad.
Do not. Terry, what did you think of this episode? Initial thoughts?
Well, today, and I don't, no one was hurt, thankfully, but as I was driving home, I saw a car like just flipped over that got hit by another car and it was
Oh my
upside
God.
down. And as I was driving by and just, staring at this wreck and everybody staring at the wreck instead of driving, I was like, damn, this is like an episode of The Idol. Where it's bad and you're just staring at it because you gotta keep looking at it for some
So you're saying we've all been rubbernecked this whole season? We've all been
Right, yeah.
the whole time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I thought Terry was
never-
going to say he's jealous of the person in the car because they don't have to watch this damn show.
I've never had a dream where I'm discussing The Idol and telling people how bad it is. I had a dream about that last night. That's how terrible it is.
On you? Oh, that's even fucking worse.
That I woke up and I was like, oh man, I just had a dream telling someone The Idol was terrible. But,
I did that in real life. I had dinner with my family Sunday, and I remember that my stepmom and my dad were asking me, "Oh, like, are you watching anything good on TV? We're looking for something new." And I said, "I know you shouldn't watch. You shouldn't watch The Idol. Don't do that." And I'm not telling you, like, we're trying to reverse psychology to be like, "Don't watch it. It's so bad that it's good." I'm telling you, do not watch this. And the words that came out of my stepmom's mouth was, "Yeah, I was reading something. It was kind of like weird, and it's got a cult." And I'm like, "Yeah, if the cult is it's a shitty cult, and like nobody wants to join it, and they don't know what they're doing, like." If by cult you mean that they don't know what they're doing, then yes, it's a cult for sure.
Yeah.
But I was just like, do not. And I'm like, and now I have to go home after this great family dinner, and I have to go watch this finale. This is not going to stop.
In Los Angeles because all this was a group of people who do too much cocaine.
Yep.
Yeah, it really was like shitting your pants after a great meal. It's just, it's not how you want your day to
Wow,
end.
you know what? I don't even. Yeah, I'm never
It
That's,
sure is, Chelsea.
That didn't. Yeah.
With
Luckily.
chest hair.
Ooh.
Show it off one more time for us.
Show it, Zaddy. Show it, Zaddy.
Does he? Can you? Oh my God! Are you going
We gotta get you.
rope him?
Yeah, you can derobe him. His robe actually does come off, but
Does he have sad prison tats underneath as well?
no, he does not.
Damn.
As he choked his
Believe it or
girlfriend.
not, this
Yeah,
was
but
actually the
girlfriend
first
didn't
pitch
choke.
for Barbie.
Coke straw.
Love it. 9. Give me some initial thoughts real quick. You've heard my story. Now yours.
Well, I gotta say, it all boils down to one thing for me, and it's just not how foreshadowing works. And we can discuss that later. But there's a lot of attempts for them to be like, didn't we lay the tracks for this? And it's like,
And you're like,
that's
no,
not
you
how This that's not how that works at all. Go back to school.
Right.
All right. Where do we start with this train wreck of an episode? I have a lot of questions, as in, like, the thing with the boyfriend guy, the actor dude, never addressed. Was it cleared up ever? Do we know if his name got cleared? No, I don't know what happened. Like,
We
I don't
know
know
it
what
did
happened at all.
not.
We
No,
know it
of
did
course
not happen.
No, because that's why
No, he
Xander
lost
being
that
on
movie.
tour and everything. So it's the three on the couch talking about him,
Right.
and then the fact that she's still cool with Xander and brought him on tour and everything. Yeah, it didn't get cleared up.
Nothing got cleared up, man.
Right, but we're going. That's
There's nothing but loose ends throughout this.
right. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A lot of loose ends.
The only solid ending we got, and it still was a pathetic one because I want to know what happened to her, was Leia.
Where did she go?
Worst
Yeah.
thing
You know
ever.
what?
Except she was
I take it
stupid.
back. Yeah, you're right.
Went
Yeah,
all the way
absolutely.
down. Leia went all the way down for me this episode.
But you know
and
what?
I
You know what?
fucking
You know what?
hated
I
her
take it
for
back.
this.
No, she didn't nothing finalized with her either.
No,
Yeah, not really, but I was like, at least
No.
we know
I
she
thought
quit,
there.
so I guess maybe that's the thing. She
Yeah.
moved on, but
I kept thinking
okay.
the way they kept showing her that they were foreshadowing like finding her ass dead or something.
Yeah, I thought
Because they
that too,
just,
especially
like-
with Mitchell.
Yeah. Like,
This was
And,
just really bad and hard to watch.
But also, guys, the way she did it was stupid. She left a letter for Joss. You don't think any of the others are going to find and hide that letter?
Right.
Jocelyn's never seen that fucking letter, dude.
nope, you just
Exactly.
left.
Yeah, she's an
Well,
idiot.
Well, and here's the thing. I think they implied that she found it, and which was horrible to do. And she's like playing the piano and crying. And I'm like, wait, but did she find it? Is she just playing the piano and crying because she's sad? I don't understand, because it's like immediately, like right after this. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
unclear.
I'm guessing she
everything.
quit.
Yeah.
Even if she did quit, it was not satisfying to me because she quit way too late. Like too many people told her to shut the fuck up for me. Like,
Right.
Oh, Xander told her. to
When
shut the fuck
Xander's
up.
talking down to you,
right.
Yeah.
When Xander's talking to you, well, it's time to go.
when Xander told her to shut the fuck up and she took it, my immediate thought was, maybe Tedros was right and you do need bigger balls.
Right? Yeah, grow a pair. You might feel better if you grow a pair.
Which, if you make me think maybe Tedros was right, you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Where's that Walton guy from last week? Sadly, Mr. King David Koresh could not join us. He's handling his own cult business this week. He will be missed. Walton guy.
All right. Who's next? Drunk Panthers. Give me some stuff. What are we tearing down about this episode?
Well, not so much about this episode, like talking about other loose ends. Like there are so many loose ends in this episode, it might start making me think about other things that were never tied up. Like
Good.
Good. First episode, Bing. I was like, oh yeah, they never really addressed that again. Really, like, and it didn't really affect the story at all. And seeing how just seeing the way that this last episode turned out, you could see just how everything that was potentially good about the beginning of the show just diluted into this mess.
Also, we have the other loose end. Rob vaped a girl. Well, that we just not gonna talk about that. This is we just not gonna worry
No,
about
it's just dropped it. They're like, I think it's getting
We don't
cut from
care.
the movie.
Yeah,
You
she
don't care
showed
about
A tier for him and was like, "Well, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles."
Isaac just
Help that
he's
man.
just gonna go on the tour like you mentioned before. Like not Isaac, was it?
Oh, Xander.
Xander. He's just
Xander.
gonna go on the show, on the tour. Okay, that's cool. Like we're just gonna pretend like he didn't just set Rob up and he didn't just like try to do Josh wrong. Like he's just part of this coup, and then all of a sudden he's cool. It was like if Caesar found out that Rufus was gonna stab him, he's like, it's okay.
Yeah. You are adequately describing how they wrote this show. Yes.
Yeah, like trial and error, basically.
We saw what did Sam Sorensen say? The show, yeah, we definitely can tell that the show switched directors. because that was supposed to
Facts.
be
Yeah.
But I also got a little
Facts.
freaked out
Exactly.
because I saw Sam Sorensen. I thought it said Sam Levinson. I was like, oh no, he's
Yeah.
here.
Nice.
He found us.
He's here, guys.
Even he's hating on the show.
That would be
He's
we
smart.
don't know. Sam Sorensen might be really Sam Levinson.
Could be.
Okay, man.
That would be
Sam, if you're Sam Levinson, Sam, just blink twice. We know. We'll know. Ain't nobody came to see you, Rob. That's-
We
what
do.
other? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Ned.
Oh, I
No,
was
no,
gonna kind of like start with the synopsis, but yeah.
We don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. We're trying to tear it down, not start from the beginning of all this mess. Terry, do we have any other loose threads or like also that ending though, huh? That ending,
Fuck
though, huh?
you. That fucking ending.
I do like that one line she said at the end where she's like, "Yeah, you're my lover now. Now go stand over there." Like that whole go stand over there. It was like she is in charge. What the fuck?
It was just so unearned.
Jeez. Oh,
No,
man.
it's
The
not
love
her.
of
He's
my
a
life.
slave. She just made this dude a slave. We're not gonna talk
She
about
reversed
Really
pimp
made him
handed
a slave
him.
right then and
slave,
there.
man.
She
Like-
pimped the pimp.
No, he went from pimp to simp.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It was stupid.
so stupid. Like
It
just
was
her,
just so
her whole
dumb.
character arc of just turning into this villain just happened too quickly.
Yeah, it took
Mhm.
like
I feel
2 hours.
I don't know if having one more episode could have made it go slower pace and made the pacing and her character development make sense, but it definitely needed something because that was just too
Well,
quick.
in what ways did she even become the villain?
Right?
Really?
I kind of missed that. It didn't
So
like
They were not clear.
there was only
No.
one part that made her the villain, like where you see her turn into the villain. It was just as bad as when Daenerys went crazy in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She's like, what? This one little thing made her go
Was.
crazy, some bells.
Just one
And
tiny
when the Blackpink girl shows up and was like, and they're like, hey, Tedros has been wanting to meet you. Yeah, that's her friend, your backup dancer. That's been
Mhm.
Tedros' homegirl, and she's the one that brought you to meet Tedros. And then all of a sudden, it's like the bells of the tower started ringing in her head. And she went crazy. And I was like, wait, that's it? That's her turn right there? That one?
that's your origin story. Okay.
Okay.
But
It
even
was just-
before that. Oh, sorry. I mean,
no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even before that, in that scene where they were like, where Xander implies that she's been keeping stifling his career. It's like, where did this come from? And now
Right,
they're
yeah.
also trying to imply
Right.
that Jocelyn's actually been manipulating Tedros the whole time or something like that. Like he starts
Right.
thinking like, oh, is she playing me? It's like, no, that's not what this show is. Why are you making a different show?
Because there was 2 different shows made, y'all. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot they actually did make
Well,
2 different.
And it's not just that. It's also, I mean, you take her as this person who's being used and abused, and then you show her slowly taking the power back. And then she's taken all the power back. She's got it now. She's kicked him out. She's taken his people. She's got her life back, her job back, her tours going back, all of this. And then last minute, she's like, meet the love of my life, Tedros. And it's like, what?
It's like, oh, by the way, I
You-
still like that dick.
The
She's like-
smartest thing you did was showing her actually like getting her own strength back, and then you're just like, it's okay because I'm in charge, but I love Tedros. It's like, then you're not in charge.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a
Right.
fucking idiot.
Then sit the fuck down.
I wanna-
He was.
I wanna
no, he
talk
takes
about
her
this
to Pound
comment real quick.
Town.
Right, but she's gonna take him to Pound Town now.
Yeah,
I want
no,
to talk
that
about
was
this
pretty evil.
comment. Wow, you guys don't think her shocking? That dude was evil. Okay.
That's the scene
I like this because I also like the fact that she went petty mode by calling the ex-boyfriend over. Like it almost showed like that was one layer. The when she found out from the backup dancer the whole story, she was just like, "Oh, really? Like, well, I don't need Tedros anymore." But I feel like that was still too quick. Like it's still too
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Because even in that sense, like her in this episode being like, shut the fuck up, Tedros, like go away, you know what I mean, or whatever. That can just be she's sick of him.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that she's evil. That just means she's She doesn't like Tedros anymore.
Well, hang
Well,
on.
nobody
But
likes Tedros.
also,
He sucks.
That's right.
Also, though, her saying Tedros go away, even if she was serious, that's not evil. She's finally realizing he's a con man using her, and she should be telling him to get the fuck out of the house. In fact, the dumbest part about that was like she's like, no, seriously, get out of my house. And then just keeps letting him be in her house. The fact that she allowed him to be there long enough that when all of her team comes over, he's leading it and he's parading around these people. Chloe was 17 and looks 17, and he has her dressed as like some demented stripper. He could have lost the entire team on that. She was being a fucking idiot when it was not evil of her to say get out of the house. It was dumb of her to not follow through.
True.
I think because she liked emotionally abusing Tedros like that and just liked doing that in public. Like just the get out of my fucking house thing. And then she didn't really mean it, but she just liked, because she just saw how mad it made him and she was doing it on purpose in front of everyone.
I mean, that's a good point. I
can
could
see that, but that wasn't well portrayed. Wasn't portrayed well.
No,
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. It was just bad. It was
Because nothing about this show is ever a fully formed thought. It's all scribbled notes on a napkin at fucking Starbucks, and then they filmed it.
Well,
it's cute of you to think that was while they're drinking caffeine and not copious amounts of alcohol.
I'm sure they were dumping alcohol in it, but like, maybe that would have produced a better story. They should have been drunk. Jesus.
Interesting.
I do have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
42.
There was a a prostitute, I guess, that just shows up and she's just supposed to just mess with Finkel's thing.
Yeah, blonde lady in the booty shorts or whatever.
Yeah,
I think she's.
where did she
Oh
come
my
from?
God.
When did that happen? When did she
She's just another part of Tedros' crew.
Yeah.
all of a sudden she's got lines? I mean,
Well-
I'm just understanding. Where all we had to take from, and also where
That's
did
what
that
bothers
girl
you.
with the dark hair come from? She got a third song. Oh, she's a singer too now. What happened? When did that
Oh,
happen?
right.
When did this all happen?
Yeah.
Well,
And the
surprise.
missing episodes.
Surprise, we're all singers. I want you to know that. We're all going to do a
Right.
performance later.
It was Bianca.
Bianca, yeah. I want to see some
I
ass
just wanna
fucking
see-
tits.
Well, and the thing is, again, that one could have fucked it all up because Fink was not about it.
Yeah.
And like you pushed, yes, sex sells, but sex sells if the person's buying.
Right.
Fink he wanted to know about the fucking tour. He was ready to go before he heard anything from Joss.
Before he
Yeah,
even
it's-
got in the house, yeah.
Yep.
That whole thing.
Yeah,
Delvin, yes.
my point right there. Like I
Uh-huh.
said, she didn't really mean it. She just liked emotionally and like just abusing the guy all the time, and that's what it turned her on at that point. Because, like you said, there were armed guards. We saw them later in the episode where they pulled him out and put him in the car. She could have been doing that.
I was a little
She
worried
didn't.
about him because she didn't hire the armed guards. Tedros did.
No,
So I didn't know.
Did he? I
I
don't
think
know.
they
They
were
just-
hers
I
to
mean,
begin with.
Because
I don't
they
know.
at the end
They escort him
actually
out because of
escort him out.
Well, and that's why I was worried because we don't see the armed guards until Tedros and his crew move in. So I took that as
I think
Tedros.
that was just a mistake.
I mean, with
in
her
setting up
money.
the
we
scene.
see them after.
Then I think they should have
Jaime-
shown him before then.
We see
Right.
them after Jaime and Destiny realized that they should worry about Tedros, but they didn't
Yeah.
explain that. We did catch it like on a couple episodes ago. We talked about it, like where are these
Mhm.
armed guards coming from? But they never explained why they were there, how they got there, who put them
It's
there.
just
But it's
another
kinda
stupid fucking
insinuated.
thing.
Exactly, another terribly done, very simple, terribly done thing.
Oh,
No
God.
explanation. They just
It's
randomly
just
do
so
stuff.
many oversights. Like,
You gotta
It's just-
have you gotta have bifocals and like cataracts.
Yeah. I seriously thought when the armed guards got involved, I'm like, well, they're gonna kill him, and we're never gonna see him again.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
was
gonna
hoping.
love this episode for doing it.
Yep.
yeah.
And when they didn't do that, when he came back, I seriously screamed at my TV. Like I screamed like a visible like louder than that
Oh my
though.
God.
I was
And
cursing at my TV.
I was just like,
hard as
this
hell.
is not happening.
Let me tell you something. This is a typical LA
It just-
young lady. She went straight back to the most toxic motherfucker she all the planet.
So you're saying it's an
Well-
accurate telling of
I will say it's an accurate LA love story. Cocaine Sweat. That's my new song coming out. My new single coming out next week. It's called Cocaine Sweat.
I'll tell you what, I was also a little worried that it was Nikki who gave him the ticket. Because
Yeah.
Nikki, like the way she's talked to him, and it's like, Nikki, you're playing with a fucking live grenade right
also
That
now.
was
made
another
no fucking
unsolved
sense.
thing.
Right,
that
yeah,
just
and then they
went
just
crazy
moved on.
sense.
that I was
Also-
looking forward to.
When he's talking to her and yelling at her, Nikki, why? He has no power here. You are an exec
Throw
with
him the
all the
fuck
power.
out,
Why
yeah.
the fuck are you putting up with this?
And she went with it. She was like, "You're right.
yes.
I'm a cunt." But I
Well,
can be your
and-
cunt."
and I think this scene was meant to show the loyalties to Jocelyn, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
Time and Destiny are really more of her friends. They're
Mhm.
trying to separate her from this, and they're even trying to start their own thing. While Nikki is more of like the evil politician
Oh, yeah.
here, being like, hey, like, forget what Jocelyn's doing. Listen, I'm just trying to make this money. Let's everybody make this money, and almost put her on equal footing to be like morally and with the same values. Her and Tedros are really no different. They're just in two different seats of power when it comes to
True,
this
yeah.
industry. I think that's what it was
Maybe,
trying
I
to
guess.
show.
That's, I guess, man.
I'm not saying it did it great. I'm saying that's what I think it was trying to show.
I agree completely with you, Blake, because that's just another. This is
That
the
makes
theme
sense.
of this episode for us. Is just there are so many things that could have been done, or that
Yes.
were done but not explained well or done well
Yeah,
at all. They were
try.
Yeah.
They're going to be teaching this in film school for generations.
About how to avoid this
How to
shit.
connect your story.
They
Like,
teach the room in film schools, like some film schools. So
Like
I know you're feeling it with it.
Oh
And
my god.
just to say, like, I was reading like this Rolling Stone article was talking about the production of the movie, and this episode definitely feels like this article because like the whole article basically said they're going through rewrites the whole time. One of the production crew members said there was always a sense of chaos because we never had a plan of what was going to happen today, tomorrow, or the next scene.
Mm.
Wow.
This
Yeah,
episode
see.
feels like it was written in a rush. It's like, oh, I guess
I
this
mean,
needs
yeah.
to happen now, and this needs to happen now.
Cocaine Dream.
It does.
What,
It
was
just-
Tedros one of the writers? I mean, Jesus.
But
Well,
no,
here's
and
the problem. Yeah.
well, I'm
No,
glad you
we
brought
can-
that up, Alex, because it's true. It's so disorganized. You can see how nobody knew what was going on in any capacity at any point. And it's just helter skelter.
Absolutely.
It's
Which is also interesting because they did bring up Manson in this episode.
Yeah,
Right?
I was wondering when they were going to, honestly, because that's what they modeled this
It's,
fucker around.
Another Fink quote, actually.
Yeah.
And
Thank
just
you
all
for
of
the show.
uh,
This episode.
all of Mike Dean's reactions, I think, were just true to what was actually going on the set, not like going on the show. Every time they cut to him, he was laughing at something that was just going on the set because he was
It
like,
was
"What the
all
fuck are
just-
you people
Yeah.
doing?" Like,
It was all just ad-libs of him going
Yeah.
through his day.
he was
Oh, I
just
did.
yelling
I
It's
did.
like,
out.
I'm
Absolutely
sorry,
right.
he's so stupid.
There's no way you're gonna now convince me that he wasn't actually smoking on set.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, he
know
was.
He had to be. That's the only way he was like laughing. He was-
I
How
will
did
say-
he get through this? Yeah.
I will do say that in his intro in the show, he did look lame as hell. Coming, like, oh, you got weed smoke
He
and the
did.
bong and the blunt in
he did. I was like, is this a real like I feel so bad as a Texan not actually knowing who Mike Dean was.
Bro.
And then I like
Bro.
I had it because it's like, who is this rooster looking motherfucker? Why do I care about him?
Definitely one of the quotes I wrote down.
You can tell he's
Just
not from
anybody
Los
with a red
Angeles
tooth.
because he has
Right.
to.
And then I looked him up. I was like, oh my God, he's a real person. He's responsible for some of the best music I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, yeah.
He's the real
Yeah.
deal. And
Yeah.
just look at that face. He's like, yeah, that had to be him the whole fucking time. Like, it
Yeah.
just I don't blame
Sam.
him. I
That's 100% true. Oh my god,
Oh
completely.
god,
That's
Sam.
facts. That's facts.
Oh,
This
and
is-
I love one of the exchanges with Mike Dean and one of his guys when they're doing that stupid like show the show in the living room, and Mike Dean just goes, "They don't do showcases like this in Texas," and his friend laughs and goes, "I mean, maybe Atlanta."
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We don't do showcases like that in Texas because we have sense.
Like,
And
yeah.
then
Yeah, Mike Dean's
also
definitely
mentioned
like,
that little conversation. The dude also pointing out, like, yo, this dude just called her a cunt earlier, and he did not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that was scripted. I think they were like talking and thought maybe the cameras. They're discussing the script.
Those were genuine reactions. Like, yo,
Oh,
what the
Felix,
fuck
pull up
is
this
going
book.
on out here?
Yeah, every 5 seconds you see Mike
No,
Dean checking his phone just to make sure
He
the
was
check
not
cleared.
acting.
Right,
yeah,
he's
for
like,
real.
I hope so. But speaking of the showcase, fellas, I feel like the music both improved and also became too much in this
Yep.
episode.
There was
Like
okay.
it was all good, but it was
Wait,
just
so
like
when they
ugh.
performed, by the time it got to the third performance, I myself was like, "Oh my god, another fucking one! Like, stop
Yes.
it! I'm done. Like, this is real.
we
Y'all
get
are
it. You
good,
stacked us
Y'all-
with singers.
right? Y'all are good. I don't need to hear the whole. No, none.
Yeah.
Stop. No more.
Every scene we
I'll
had
also
to hear
say-
the whole song. It was great.
Yeah, God.
This is
Also
what
say,
they
I
torture
think this was the
people with.
worst Isaac sounded. And,
Yeah.
and this was the one that they're like, "Let's buy it," and I was like, "He sounds like idiot."
Yeah.
Yeah, the
There
music
was-
kept getting worse to me. Like even
Yeah.
each performance, and then when it came to Xander, he sang the George Harrison song. I was like, "My guy, you're gonna sing the easy? I can sing that song."
My
Like,
God.
my God, challenging.
My Uncle Jimmy could sing that song. Okay.
Xander was also previously a singer, so I would assume he's got his own fucking songs.
Right.
Something. Sing something.
No, he doesn't because they didn't write it because they were lazy writing. That's what it was. They wrote songs for all these people, and they were like, the guy that really did music in the show, like in the world of the show. Yeah, we're not gonna give him a song. He'll just sing. He'll do some karaoke. He'll do a karaoke song. It'll be fine.
They didn't even write the music for Isaac or Ramsey because no, Chloe's I think they did write for the show. But Ramsey is the kind of punker Angelina Jolie leather pant kind of lady. And that's
real
her
singer.
song. They just she's a real singer. So they put that in there. And then I think that Moses Dempsey probably wrote that song and has it coming out. I don't know. It just those two songs felt fully formed.
Mhm.
And then you get Chloe's songs, which are very
wrote her own
pretty.
music.
Did she?
I don't
For
know.
the
I think
show.
Lily said that in the after show.
Okay.
She did.
Oh, okay.
She in the after show at one point she points out she wrote that song and went to Sam and was like,
Okay,
"Hey,
cool.
how about this one?" And Sam was like, "It's great."
Yeah.
Because of course Sam doesn't want to do
Because
any
we
work.
haven't written anything. Yes, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Good job.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were gonna get her
But
to
even
sing a
that's
Mariah
decent.
Carey song, but now that you got this is way better.
But that's decent. At least those artists wrote their songs. Because if you let the Weeknd touch it, you'd have got "I'm Just a Jealous Guy," like in the last episode. Where
I'm
the
kind of
Weeknd,
feeling that one.
the Weeknd's writing songs
so-
like he's fucking writing a soundtrack for Toy Story. He's just describing everything that's going on in the background.
I got a lot on my plate these days,
It's
so
OnlyFans.
CC
help.
baby
but,
trying to
we
make
can
Nine a
work
film.
something out. Just Hello, my
Nine will
Airbrush.
take 50% if he helps you launch an OnlyFans, but that's it.
I just put in the chat who had the best performance. That is Chloe, Isaac, or Ramsey. I'm not going to count Jocelyn's because, of course, that was meant to be.
That was not, yeah.
Even though I thought it was kind of mid. I thought it was a kind of mid performance.
Yeah.
I thought the dance moves were better when the song, I was like, oh, she made her own dance moves. This is nice.
Yeah.
So who's
Did she
gonna listen to the
choreograph that?
Weeknd's album?
What's that?
What's that?
So who's gonna listen to the Weeknd's album? Because there's gonna be an album after this,
Oh,
right?
no.
Concerning
He's
all
the,
this music.
he's the
I'll take a
devil.
listen. I'll take a listen.
If Susanna
Yeah.
Son is singing all the songs, I'll give it a listen.
I'm kind of hoping maybe Chloe's song might be on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna
all
be
those
him
songs
singing
are
it.
out. It's on Apple
Oh,
Music right now. The
Lord.
soundtrack. Yeah. They have 2 volumes of the soundtrack. So if you
Yeah,
like
actually,
some of it,
Right there, because I saw it said part 1 and part 2, right? Because
Mhm.
at first I saw that on like episode 5 and it said part 1, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, are they 2-parting the episode? That's what they're really doing. And then
Oh,
I was
God,
like,
that
oh
would've been a
no, I think it's
nightmare.
the soundtrack. I think
no
there's
one would have
2
been able
parts
to
of the
live
soundtrack.
through that. Yeah.
Hey, Kenya, let us know
two-part
where they were
finale to
posted,
this.
and we'll throw them up. So we
Yeah.
Yeah, where are those pictures at?
Oh yeah, I did see actually those pictures earlier today. And like
Mhm.
some young actress who got completely taken out of the show.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's like
Mhm.
some young
Because they
girl-
had the whole show filmed.
How young
And
are we
then-
talking?
Huh? Oh, she was
How
like
younger-
she's like 7 years old.
Like
Seven,
Oh,
18.
yeah, I'm glad that she wasn't in this though.
Yeah, I'm sure once
Right?
Sam Levinson got on, he's like, nah, she can't be here. We gonna get wild and sweaty.
How was she
Yeah.
allowed to be on set with all this?
because that wasn't the original show. When she filmed
Oh.
all
The
her,
original show
yeah,
was good.
yeah, the original
Or
show was
supposed to
something
be.
else entirely, and then Sam Levinson and fucking The Weeknd got a hold of it and fondled it into this.
Fondled is the right word.
Apparently they completely threw out the first like the 6 episodes, like $74 million budget, and then they were just like, let's just do it all over.
We'll do it live.
Max must be real happy about that.
And apparently
Right.
it's even more hectic and costly the second time around. Like they were just
What?
And this is just the stuff that they've like leaked out. Like,
Yeah.
Look for the Drunk Banthas drunk review on the Idol coming up. It's going to be dropping
Yeah.
all of the tidbits. We doing journalistic work over here.
All the Easter eggs are coming out. Go
Do,
follow Drunk Banthas.
Do
Yeah,
you
we get
guys
dirt. We don't
think-
get no Easter eggs. It's all dirt.
But even this show's controversy is boring as fuck. Like you cut like a new little girl actress's scenes. Oh no, I didn't like the woman director. Oh, it's
Well-
just all so mid. It's mediocre to the fucking
Oh,
max.
Even the even the behind the scenes is mid.
Even the behind the scenes is mid. It's just come on.
Oh my
Do
god.
you guys think that much cutting and rewrites and all that shit? Do you guys think HBO would have been down with that if they weren't going through a merger and completely not paying attention?
I think they did put like a lot of faith into Sam Levinson.
Yeah, because
They're like,
before
okay,
They did a lot of
he's
faith.
going to make another hit. People are just going to watch the shit no matter what.
Well,
and here we are.
the
we are
internet
that
disagrees.
And to that point, they ended up like Alex said too, they ended up wasting a lot of money early.
Yeah.
And then, so originally, we've talked so much about the biggest character, literally the largest character in this show, which is the house. And they were not, the original script, the original shoot did not have his house in as the set. The reason that they
Do
had
it.
that was because they spent so much money, they now had to use his entire house.
Wow.
his house, his concert, they had to
I
hijack all
fucking
his
knew
shit.
it. They were broke.
Do you guys know how much just the first, the initial version cost to shoot?
74 million?
75 million.
Boom.
And that was, again, the first version.
I would
Yeah,
take it out
that
of
was
his
great.
ass. I really would. You want to reshoot it? You fucking pay for it. Like
Yeah, it's pretty
you had a
good.
decent show.
He don't have
And then
Jocelyn
ruined
money,
it.
Kirsten. He don't got Jocelyn kind of money. You know, he can't just do a shoot and then just be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do it."
Oh
I'll
my
pay for this."
god. Can you imagine?
Um,
You're like, I'm so excited to go to the Weeknd's concert, and then you get there, and they're like, "Sorry, we're gonna hijack at least an hour or two of this so that we can film a scene."
They
for
only
this
did two.
shit show."
They only did one take a night. And they
Yeah,
only had
Thank
2 takes
fuck.
overall to get it done.
One
Yeah.
take was
Yeah.
one too many a night, though.
Well, and,
Um,
I mean, let's also point out those people were dumb enough to go to the Weekend show. So
Well, let's
Yeah, I
also
feel
point
like
out
the
that
Weeknd
one
was like,
scene-
hold
I
on.
like the. I would have went to the weekend show too.
Yeah, I would have gone.
Music
After
is
this?
fine,
Show.
but
at the beginning.
yeah,
of that
not
scene,
after this though.
Back
But
off.
they didn't see that after this. This is hindsight, Jeff.
yeah,
Don't give us that. All right.
Anytime I'm out in public and I hear Weeknd songs, it makes me like I'm like him again, like and I was never that way before. I can
was
feel my
bopped to it,
face
yeah.
when I'm with you. Yeah, I'll be jamming because I love it. And
He
then
came in the rotation today. I almost drove off
Yeah.
the road.
On purpose?
Yeah, you're just like desperate to try and get that shit off.
No, I've
Yeah.
always listened. Anytime I've heard, I love music. I'm a musician. You know, I listen to everything, and you know, when I listen to the Weeknd's album, every single time I listen to it, it's like he sounds kind of vapey. I'm trying to keep it clean for he sounds kind of vapey. He's like that dude who be talking weird in the locker room, and you be like, "Yo, is that?"
Are you looking at me again? Like, are you looking at my pee-pee? Stop that.
He was talking about that girl he was with last night. Did he vape her? Like, I don't know, man. Like, he's that kind of energy when you listen to his music.
100%.
Yeah.
I never really was into his music. I was always
Agreed.
like, yeah, he got to calm down before I can listen to him. Clearly, he hasn't. He's just
No, he has not.
I never
I
really
did wanna
listened to
mention
lyrics. I would
to
just hear
any
the
of the
beat and
songs?
bop. No, I would just hear the
with
beat
this-
and bop, but I really didn't pay attention to his lyrics because some of them just sounded stupid. But then I started listening to them recently, and yeah, he's telling on himself. R.
The
Kelly
Weeknd,
style.
the
I like
Weeknd,
blinding lights.
the Weeknd makes music for
Just wanna see
18-year-olds
where he does it.
18-year-olds who date 14-year-old girls. Like that's what it is.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
specific.
The Weeknd makes music for 18-year-old The Weeknd. I got you.
Can I use that? I just want to use that.
That's what it is.
Now, I did want to talk about the foreshadowing that they tried to set up that got me a little bit angry, I should say. And the first little bit is in episode 1, right? And this is when they're watching Basic Instinct.
She kills him.
Oh,
Mhm.
Right.
what a good call.
So that right
Nice.
there. And so, from there, they're trying to imply that Jocelyn will be taking that turn of events
Mhm.
or like kind of following the Basic Instinct route. And then when we fast forward to this episode,
She's
the
wearing
finale,
the
we
outfit.
have
fucking-
the
Oh,
speech
she's
with
wearing the
Chaim,
outfit.
where he's talking about Little Red Riding Hood, right?
Mhm.
Which Hank
Right.
Azaria did
Brilliant
awesome in
idea.
that scene.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good.
His story,
Right.
you were a little boy. Were you?
He's the hunter or whatever, and she's
Yeah.
Little Red Riding Hood. But then, okay, so we can fast forward to here, where she's in the outfit.
By
Yeah.
the way,
And-
something they pointed out.
Oh,
So it is very much supposed to be reminiscent of course, the Red Riding Hood, and then also
the Basic
she's wearing the
Instinct dress.
Basic Instinct outfit.
Well,
Yeah.
And something that someone else pointed out that I didn't catch on my own. If you look closely at that handkerchief on her head,
Mhm.
there's
It's
little
the skeletons
there's
are
skeletons. Yeah.
Huh.
And just skeletons.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're fucking, but there's definitely skeletons on there.
Look closely.
But yeah,
It's the harbor of death.
so the thing that got me mad is that
So she's the devil.
it doesn't
Yeah,
make
why not?
any fucking sense though. Like she is not this master manipulator that's been pulling the strings this whole time.
No.
Like Basic Instinct implies it to be.
3 episodes ago, she was crying on stage, calling out for her mama.
Just last
Right, just-
week,
it
she
happened.
just found out that Tedros was a cult leader and like kind of manipulated. I was like, wait, you didn't figure that out by now? I thought she was rocking with it the whole time, and she was like, "Oh, I'm
Right.
gonna fix him, and we're going to be doing this together." I didn't. Man.
Well,
And then,
Yeah.
in contrast with the Red Riding Hood story, what are you implying? Is she the little girl, or is she actually the hunter? Either
So
way,
is she the wolf in like
doesn't
grandma's
And the hunter?
make sense.
Is
because
she
your
in
grandmother would
201?
tie her scarf like that, so she's grandma?
oh, I thought that she went to grandma's house, the wolf fucked her, and she became a wolf.
No.
Hmm.
I didn't remember that version.
Like, the
Somehow-
only person who can make sense of this was the costume designer. I think that was the only person that understood what was trying to go on.
Terry, get him on.
Right,
Terry,
they're
get him
best.
on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do my damnedest to get this
So-
costume designer on. Because
Well,
They
God
gonna
bless
spill
them.
all the tea.
Question.
And 9.
Hopefully the costume designer wasn't hindered by plot, so they could just do.
Well, which is even funnier because when there's spanning around Xander on stage, his shirt's a bunch of empty couches, and it's like, are those supposed to be therapist couches? Because you need one.
For real.
Yeah, they have a good layout.
But
Watch it.
so 9, the funny thing is, yes, that's exactly what they believe. By the way, they believe that like she took the power and all of this, and the reason I'm saying that is because at the end of the show, if you're watching on HBO, they do just like little quotes at the end. Lilly-Rose Depp is quoted as saying like, "Oh yeah, Jocelyn knows what she's doing. Jocelyn
Yes.
is a schemer. She's got these grand designs. Tedros was her muse, and she got what she needed out of him."
I think
like-
they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
No, but that's like not what happened though.
No, I mean,
That's what they're trying to sell it.
No, to Jeff's
They
point,
went
I
a
think
complete opposite direction.
I think the producers had her cut that promo because
After.
because they knew that it doesn't come across that way at all.
Oh no.
They put that little tidbit in there so that you'll be when the next episode when it goes completely left, you'll be like, oh yeah, because I feel that. I feel that energy.
And I can also
Yeah.
see just like because this was such a tumultuous TV show that they made twice, like you know what's gonna be the final product when it actually is on screen. It's like I actually don't know what story they decided they were gonna go with. Because the movie's written 3 times normally. You write the movie and then you direct the movie and then you edit the movie. It's gonna be very.
This was written every single
But-
day that they were on set. Something else was written.
Somebody ran out of breath into the trailers each morning, like reshoots.
Except every
just
time the
know
reshoots
it.
is a novel.
Right.
Like somehow the
Lilly-Rose Depp is
reshoots are
like,
bigger
I'm
than
not
the original
sure if
script.
I'm in this anymore.
New script rewrites.
That might be fire. I read a quote from some crew member who said that there was one day he was driving home from set. He was just getting ready to only have 2 hours of sleep, and he got a call from someone and said, "Hey, we're adding a scene tomorrow, but it's
No,
not.
fuck no.
But it's not written yet." What are we adding?
Well, fucking gotta turn around, go back to work.
Also, if it's not even written yet, why does he need to know this?
Yeah, why did you have to wake him up too?
No, clearly that person was called a crew member because they were actually a writer that's on set. And they're trying to disguise their identity.
Right. Everybody's a crew member.
Everybody, when you do,
Yeah.
everybody's a crew member. But they were some actors telling on their ass.
Right.
They just don't want to not have a job tomorrow.
One of them was Mike Dean for sure.
One of them, I guarantee
Yeah.
Mike Dean was doing all kind of tea.
Except
Every
Mike
single
Dean would have been
background
like, "Hey,
character was
make me
silent.
anonymous." Mike Dean would have been like, "Use my name and a picture. Pull out your camera. Let's do an Insta. Let's do Insta live right now."
Right. I don't need this acting shit. Like I'm making music.
I wish I could reach out to Mike Dean. If I would love
Right.
to get
Terry, you can do it. Just stop.
Terry,
Don't
Terry.
doubt yourself.
You're
You
homeboy
not
in
with
this
that
thing.
attitude. You can't. You
I
can.
really
though.
want Jane on here though, just
I mean,
so we can
Just get
also
one of your
talk
clones on.
Atlanta, just as a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want her so we can get the idol out of the way, and then we can smooth on over to Atlanta, and it'll be
Alright.
No, man,
the
for
ginger we need.
gotta-
for the
you got to
next-
do the idol first, and then just boom, boom, boom.
for
boom,
a second,
boom.
I thought she was actually supposed to be the same agent as she was in Atlanta.
I really
pretty
thought
sure
we were
she's
gonna
playing
find
that
out
same
Tedros'
character,
name was
basically.
Alonzo or some shit.
I wanted to know
fellas.
what you guys thought about this shit right here.
Oh, this-
Why is she praying?
I was so confused.
I know.
Because
It
she's in a
is so
meeting for a
weird.
couple seconds in this moment. Like it just seemed like a good shot. Like somebody, like Sam Levinson was just like he did a line. He was like, "Yeah, I think this is good."
Look at a good shot.
He did a line and looked out that mirror. I mean, out that window, and he saw that. and he was like, yeah, that would be a great shot.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be real cool.
This line goes hard though, right here. I'm just talking about this.
Were you scared? I said, no. She said, why not? So I look her right in the eye. And I said, because I am the hunter.
Man,
I loved it.
he clinked those glasses hard too.
Yeah.
He did it. Exclamation point on that clink.
Sound guy.
Like this scene redeems him from the last time when we had him, and he like kind of didn't deliver for me. And it was when him and Destiny are talking, and he's like, "We're gonna have to go another plan." He's like, "What is it?" He's like, "I don't know yet." And I was like, "This was your moment to hatch and have that badass monologue, and we didn't get it, but now we got it." So I was like, "Okay, like his character got a good settling." But towards the end, where they're all hanging out with Nikki again, and I was just like, "Weren't y'all about to fight? Like, how did you get? What are y'all doing?"
Yeah, they implied that Nikki and Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, whatever his name is, they were gonna go. But they implied that maybe there's gonna be a splitting. Like, and I was expecting when the 6 weeks later jump happened that we're gonna see like two different factions or something like that. But not
right, that's what they were trying to get at.
That was a different day. That was a different shoot day. This is literally the first time you can watch like a shoot day by shoot day change of decisions in the entire episode and the entire series. Like everything changed.
You know what, Bill? I'm gonna give you this continuity wise when you watch, like, and again, pay attention like to the dancing and stuff going on. But if you watch in the background, Nikki and Tetros talking, and some scenes they're not even talking; they're just like sitting there, like you guys are, just watching the dancing. And I'm like, so did they come? Like, why is the continuity all broken up like this? Like they're not talking now; they are talking, but some of them they are talking.
Great job catching that, because also we were rewatching it, and like at one point when Isaac starts like dancing with the manager lady, Nikki, she's like standing there, and then all of a sudden she's just on the ground, and he's just on top. How did that? He just bitch on the ground. Four old white ladies on the ground and just start humping on.
I mean, this is all edited like very non-linearly, just to trick us and try to like make
just
it
like our show
that like this is supposed to be one episode when it's really 2 episodes. Season 1, where I'm so surprised that they didn't do it in the first 2 episodes, where we get these long ass rehearsal scenes in episode 1, and then the stage scene or video shoot in episode 2. I'm like, we don't need to see the same choreography for like 20-30 minutes out of 2 episodes. Like, that's a long time.
Yeah, man. Terrible.
Especially since like most of the show like they imply that she has to write these a hit album in a couple of weeks, but it doesn't seem like she's doing any musical work except for these last 2 episodes. It was like they could have covered that throughout the show and made it seem like she was actually
What are you talking about? Like she's getting fingered on the mic.
It's like she came out of the fuck fog. No, it's like she came out of the fuck fog and was like, "Oh my god, I have an album I need to write."
Right,
Terry.
That's how hard it works.
As somebody who's done that on camera, how hard of a scene is that to shoot? When you're,
I mean, obviously, it's not that hard at all. I just did coke, and I was good to go. I got into the zone.
All right. So I have another question real quick. As Jocelyn goes to the office and then she comes out in the elevator, and homegirl's like, "Oh, what did they think of the song?" And they're like, she's like, she loved it. But is it also supposed to imply that like she is or is not behind the thing, quote unquote, the songwriting aspect? Because that's the only time she goes into the office, and so that way they don't give the song to Diane. Like that part, I was like, why wouldn't she just show Nikki the song when Nikki's there? Because Nikki's gonna come by. Why does she need to go to the office to show the song that Nikki, when she comes back, is like, I've never heard the song before. I don't know this song. It's like, so did you know the song? Did you not know the song? Who was lying? Are you lying about who wrote the song? Is Jocelyn lying about what y'all talked about? I don't really know. I'm confused.
Continuity issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but none of it, again, makes any sense.
It's because on Tuesday, she wrote the song. Nikki had heard it, but by Friday she didn't hear it.
Weeknd was doing some furious writing that week.
Clearly, the Weeknd was in the editing room as well. Like,
Right.
no. That's wrong.
Also,
Like this seems
what
like
time of day did she make this bitch come to the office? Because it seems like 6
Right.
7 o'clock.
a.m.
yeah, it's
7
so-
o'clock.
7 o'clock in the afternoon. 7 o'clock at night. 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
She's like, I'm gonna have to wake up at 4 a.m. just to get ready and drive over there. Fuck that. But
All the
this
lights
whole
off.
thing just doesn't make any sense either, because it's
No.
implying that Jocelyn was like, no, fuck
Baller blocked it.
Diane.
Baller blocked it.
And-
Yeah.
What?
Like I feel like they just like the writers, like what you said about that scene they didn't film, well, they didn't write but needed the film, was probably this one, because someone said, "Oh fuck, we forgot to round out the Diane character." Shit.
Well, the thing is it doesn't make sense for Joss to want to block that song, because
No.
one, she
Right, yeah.
threw her whole album away, so she wasn't going to be using that song in the first place.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Two, Diane is the only person that told her the truth, and like she's the reason that she had this grand revelation about Tedros.
Right.
So why would there be any ill will towards
Because
Diane and not
Joss
the
is
people?
petty.
And then
Well,
three, all
he's a
the
petty
other
petty.
people, including Chloe, was like, no, yeah, he's been manifesting this for a long. They all knew. They
Yeah.
all knew what the thing is, but they're the ones going on tour with her now. Why is
Yeah,
Diane
none of that
catching
makes
these
sense.
strays?
Why would you try to close up, like sew up this lady's
That's true,
loose
yeah.
end, but not try to sew up anybody else's loose ends?
I
And
don't
also, it's like, I will give them this. Taking away Diane's song is like stealing somebody else's bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Right,
now
yeah.
she gets Tedros, and she took the song away from the girl. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She's not gonna let her eat at all, and she ain't gonna get the man at the end either.
It
Yeah,
really
she
made
did.
no sense.
Diane worse than-
Tedros is a prize.
Diane worse than Tedros. And
Yeah,
Tedros
Right,
is
that is
Tedros.
so
Of
fucking
course,
weird.
he's the love of her life.
Yeah.
Aren't you paying
Yeah.
attention?
Alex,
I'm
come on
just
now.
so confused. I feel like I did cocaine.
So, all right. So I got another quote that this made me so fucking angry. This is a quote from Sam Levinson.
Oh
Mm.
god.
Sammy.
I'm
He's
already
talking
exhausted.
about at the end when Joss like takes over and everything, and he says, "We also see how desperate Tedros becomes. The pimp from the Midwest who shows up in Beverly Hills ends up becoming the victim."
Oh god.
Well, we have a theory on why that happened.
Well, actually, yeah. So dive back into my Rolling Stone bag. Apparently, the Weeknd, and this is allegedly, he had was starting to get upset about how the focus of the show was leaning more towards Jocelyn, in the
Oh,
production
100%.
to push against that, which probably, I guess it shows why he becomes more of a sympathetic character toward the end, because it doesn't seem like. It's like the Weeknd showed up one day. He's like, "Hey, wait a second, Tedros is the hero. Why are y'all treating him that way?"
Exactly. And that was
Oh,
the
my
thing
goodness.
was, I mean, like, just how fucking insane Levinson and the Weeknd are like, I don't know if Levinson actually believes it, but I think the Weeknd really does believe that Tedros
All
was
the
the
hype.
victim in this situation.
All
Well,
the hype.
To that point, let me ask you a question. Do y'all, Kirsten, do
Yeah.
you think this hurts Levin? You're a fan of Euphoria, right?
I'm not. I have never seen
Oh,
it.
you've
I think
seen
me
it.
and
What?
Terry are
Never seen it.
fans.
So
Yeah.
do y'all think that this
I've never
hurts his
seen it either.
legacy? Does this
Oh.
hurt his reputation
I like
in
it.
Hollywood?
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think it
his
would.
reputation wasn't that great coming off Euphoria, so
I'm gonna
as far as
put
a
it like
successful
this.
show, but
I'm gonna put it like this. Did it hurt M. Night Shyamalan back in the day, right? Like he made Sixth Sense, and then like it was like Unbreakable, and then like whatever was next. I don't even remember.
Signs.
The Village. The
Signs.
Sign. It's like
But
bro, but there's a
And
there's a
then-
point where you're like, it's not the Sixth Sense. Like, what are you doing? You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
and then he made The Village and then Lady in the Water, and think about how much time was between those movies too. Then he got less and less, like he had to work longer and
So-
harder to get people
Yeah.
to.
so they now need to push Euphoria to like 2026 for us to forget that Sam Levinson made this. Like, we have to now forget him in the lexicon of our culture, and then be like, oh, that's okay. Well, yeah, you could come back. he needs to be in timeout.
Right, yeah.
He just needs to be in timeout. That's
He
what
needs
this
to sit down
is.
for just a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, but as far as this episode though, I feel like The Weeknd really thought like this episode he was acting. He's like, I feel my Emmy. You can just tell in every scene he was in, he's like, oh, Emmy, 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 Emmy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Because
Ironically, this one he was doing his worst acting. Yeah.
right, yeah. You're trying the hardest. It got worse than better. Which
I guess he couldn't
bad.
manifest an Emmy. Am I right, guys?
I want to know
Mm.
what Adam Sandler told this motherfucker to hype him up so much to get a show.
Yo, Blake,
He's
people
probably
like
just nice.
Because he did it so like he was good in what was it? Gems?
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Because he was
like,
playing himself.
but he was just playing himself, and I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler was just like, man, you're really like cool comic collector on camera. You really get into your character. And then that got to his head, and unfortunately that wasn't his character. He was just being in The Weeknd, so he decided to be even more of himself.
He was only in there for 10 seconds and it was like a wide shot.
Do you think that
Damn you, Adam Sandler.
Oh, what were you saying? Were you saying, Bill?
You'll rue the day, Adam Sandler.
I was just gonna make a joke? But you know what? I'm gonna go back to M. Night Shyamalan because you made
Okay.
you tickled me when you said M. Night Shyamalan. And the reason that M. Night Shyamalan movies seem so bad at a certain point is because you're
50%?
never gonna top writing Stuart Little. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you write Stuart Little, when you're the one who wrote the screenplay for Stuart Little,
It's over.
you're never gonna reach the plateau of that.
Right.
That was his Purple Rain. That was his Diamonds and Pearls.
That was MC Hammer's "You Can't Touch This," and he never did that again. That's what happened.
Never
So
get there.
we
Vanilla
got
Ice's Ninja Rap.
Still one of the best songs ever written.
we got what Kenya was talking about here. That it
Uh-oh.
was the behind the scenes photos, and then it kind of just links to Twitter.
Yeah.
So, and it's like more Britney Spears, as she said.
It's way more colorful too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Way
And-
different.
That
And I'll
looks
tell you what, I didn't see
happy.
that room anywhere in The Weeknd's house.
Right, yeah.
And stills that it's a different kind of show.
Is it like Spice
Yeah.
Girls or some shit?
Right, like it completely like look at Joss over here. Like
No.
she's never in anything like this at
Right.
all.
No.
And it is a lot more like Britney Spears or
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the two Bobs right there are complete Britney.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think it's Spice Girls. I don't think all those girls are actors.
Right,
I
look
think
how
the two
that
on the
looks
left
No,
more
I
like-
think they just
were-
had a
looks
very
like
women-heavy
Jocelyn
set.
Yeah, that's probably
this
the
looks
art.
to be the
Right. That's
Yeah.
so I'm like
Was that? I bet it was like young Jocelyn.
That's what I was thinking.
probably maybe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes
since
a
we're
lot of
actually since you mentioned young Jocelyn, can we talk about the hairbrush?
Thank you.
sense. Mhm.
Because
It's brand new.
are we
That's how I-
is the show positing that she lied about all of her abuse?
No,
Yes.
I
Or
doubt
is
that.
it just that she lied about she just bought a new brush? Why didn't The Weeknd know it was a new brush when he first grabbed it? Like,
Yeah, because why is he gonna say?
Right?
This
Wasn't
is
he
just a
beating her with it?
Yeah, didn't he use that brush?
Nigga, when you all of a sudden don't notice. Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
he did say that. Here, I'll show you. I got to pull over here when she pulled it up.
She looks so handsome.
Brand new. It's brand new.
Yeah, but it's like,
Looks
didn't you
wild.
notice that when you was whooping her ass upside the head and all
Right.
Right? They just kind of.
I don't think he stopped to look.
Right, he just grabbed it and was like.
I
"Why
mean, he
you
was
got the
holding it a
brush?"
lot longer then.
Well, I'm thinking
He,
what
like, he-
that
he just
implies is
glanced
not
at
that
this and
she
was like,
actually
"Wait a minute."
lied. Is that she is saying that like I had this other cycle of abuse with my mom, and now I'm going to be starting this new cycle of abuse with you. And I
That's
think
what I
it's
thought.
because she
I
was just
I-
about to go on stage, like have her big like arena tour that she hasn't done in a while, and she wanted that abuse. So I think she like got a spanking right before they went out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
So you're saying that she bought the new brush, like there was the
To get
old
beat
brush
up with.
you can use,
There
but-
was the old brush, and then this is a new brush. The old brush was for my mom. The new brush is for our relationship that we're going to be butting off.
Oh
We
no,
need
I
a
didn't
new one
feel
for
that
tour.
vibe. I didn't feel that vibe. I felt like
That's what I
he
caught.
was to be shocked because I felt like he was looking like in shock because he was like, "Oh my god, it was a new brush all the whole time."
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
that's what I felt.
I got
too.
the like, you've been deceiving me. This is not even a brush that like your mom was using against you, and like that's the moment where I was like, oh, the tables have turned. Like that hit me like that.
That was her.
I'm not picking that up at all.
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct. That was her basic.
Yeah,
instinct
that was the basic instinct moment. Like,
That
oh
would
my
be
god,
lame
like
as fuck.
I think like either way, like
Yeah, that would have been so bad.
I was feeling 9. I was on 9's whole thing before you guys said your theory, but now that you said your theory, I don't know because the scene was written so fucking like I can't say who's wrong or who's right because I was like, yeah, 9. That's what I was thinking the whole time. It's a new one. We're starting a new process. It's the same brush, just like her mama, but she got a new one just for you, Tedros. But now you guys are saying this. I'm like, yeah, maybe she was lying about the abuse the whole time, but I can't tell which one is which because
she has
so
such
poorly.
a dead-eyed face with no inflection.
The thing
in
is that Xander knew about the abuse, and he didn't say anything. So there's no way that like both him and Xander, like both Jocelyn and Xander, are in on this new brush.
I don't think the abuse was the part that I think she's lying about. I think it's like that specific item that I was saying, like, oh yeah, that item, that's the one that I took the beating with there. It's not been that the whole time. Go ahead, Jeff.
No.
Jeff, can you hear us?
Yeah, I agree with you. So and here's why I don't think that what?
Oh, you're on a delay. That's why.
So here's why I don't think that I don't get behind like he then used it and like gave her, and it's because if you look at Tedros when they're going, like when it cuts from that scene and before she brings him up on stage, if you look at Tedros's face, he's just so like distraught and lost and still like, what the fuck's going on? I think if he had gotten to beat her again like that, he would have been euphoric. He would have been happy. Oh, this is what I'm used to again. You know, he wouldn't have been so confused like he was.
Okay, it may sound like I'm being an apologist for this show, but we have set up that Tedros is a pimp, right? And
they flat out said it.
Lost all the.
No, yeah, we got confirmation. Thank you, Destiny.
This episode, Destiny out there.
The thing is that he's not distraught because of like Jocelyn inviting him back. He's distraught because he knows now that he has no more control. His whole name is done. He's at a place that he really wants to be at, but he doesn't have the control that was keeping him going and having the, being able to manipulate his cult.
That would have been a well-written show, sir. That would have been a well-written show. But I don't
however, this is not. Yeah,
I agree with that, but again, I think if she had let him or made him spank her with that brush, I think he wouldn't still be like that because he would see it as, even if she thinks she's in control, I'm still in there and I'm going to work this back around to my advantage.
Maybe she beat up him.
I like that.
Maybe she whooped his ass with the hairbrush.
I mean, it is.
Look at Kirsten making the happy ending.
I'm trying to help this show.
The pimp, right? It is.
Right, yeah.
They're trying to. Yeah. So she's the pimp now, and he has no control because, like, really.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the pimp now.
Is it that like, what does he have to be upset about? Like his life is ruined. He's starting from ground zero.
Lost
right
the club.
So like, he should be giddy either way. So that's the only thing I can like reconcile in my head of like why he's not like over the world.
I'll be an apologist for the show right now as well, man. So
no, it's spreading.
To your point.
Be a cream for this.
He's lost everything. What else does he have to lose? Type thing. Mm-hmm. He has gotten broken down. She is broken. Her and her team have broken him down to the bottom.
It's like taking a wild horse and breaking him in. He broken in.
Right. And now he is a part of her cult, which is the entire
Right.
crew that she has around her, right?
Yeah, and all her fans, where she's like, "Let me introduce you to my family."
Right,
Mm.
exactly.
Right,
Now,
yeah.
so he fell into the soaking place. You know what I'm saying?
He's the
All right.
victim.
Okay,
Y'all
right
guys-
here.
Y'all,
This is
y'all
what-
guys, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna
Oh.
play. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, y'all guys got me in the apologist mood. I'm gonna be an apologist as well.
No.
I'm gonna apologize. Wait. I'm gonna apologize to everybody who watched the show. Please, y'all never have to tell anybody about it. And I'm so sorry that we told y'all to watch this show. That's my apology. That's an apologist, right? Like that's what it is.
I never told any of you to watch this show. I told you it was trash.
This is
I,
Kirsten.
told,
sorry.
I knew it was trash from the beginning. I said this be popular trash to talk about, and
You
you've
did
had
say
fun.
that.
I admit you've had a good time.
Before you
No,
go,
I've been angry
I
every
have
time.
breaking news right here.
Oh,
Well, it wasn't breaking, but it news that broke earlier this morning since it's related to.
It's been canceled.
I just got Smallville star Allison Mack was released from
yeah.
the early post-Nexium sex cult case, which was mentioned in this episode.
in this episode.
Yep.
Mhm.
Think.
Too much of that. Yeah. Damn.
That
How
came
Fucking
from-
topical. How topical.
So
This is the clip
Chloe.
because this is what really got it.
Oh, this was funny.
Tetro, you gotta go. But
You gotta go. Nah, man, I'm fucking with you. Man, go on. Okay, man.
So
Oh, my God.
Best actor.
and,
That's the MVP of the show.
and then what they
Actor,
say
most
right here.
believable
and then what they say
line.
right here.
Did a little smooth walk you do, man.
Yeah, Dolomite. Do a
Dolomite.
That's who I'm getting.
Sue blinded
That
me.
man right
But,
there. I am looking. That's who we're getting on the show. That's
that's-
who I'm putting my power
this-
into.
This is well, I wanted to point out that in other situations that we've seen Tetris in, is that he would have been like glad to slap anyone bigger than him.
I don't think he would've
he's
been
just
that
like
dumb.
really like beat down, but when he's like out of his element, he's just a fucking lame ass dude. And if he doesn't
Tetro.
have his entourage, then
Yeah.
his other members, then he's just Tetro.
Yeah.
Tetro sounds like a Dragon Ball Z character.
So that scene at the beginning actually had me thinking that Nikki left him the ticket, not
You
Jocelyn.
made a good decision, Kenya.
And I was like, oh shit, Nikki's still trying to sow some shit, and she's still trying to work with Tedros behind the scenes, basically having her cake and eating it too. And then when they were like, no, I'm joking, you can go in, and I was like, fuck!
Yeah.
She went back. I was so angry.
When I saw
him.
Tedros come around that corner, I laughed so damn hard because I was like, he gonna have a pass. Watch. I was like, man, I wish somebody else was here.
Well, you cut off.
He gonna have a pass when he gets down to the thing. She gonna let him pass. It's like an old time movie thing, you know what I'm saying? I left he's like, hey dad.
They pulled out every cliche in the book for this
then
last
you
episode.
come to my
Oh
game,
my god.
you leave a ticket for
Ricky
your dad.
Bobby.
He shows up and he's sitting in the
That's
left
exactly
field.
it.
Exactly the same shit.
Yeah.
So that scene that you had pulled up just before this one, where they were all laughing like, "Ha, we ruined him!" That was another one where it's like, okay, you're trying to make us feel bad for Tedros. He's the fucking villain.
He lost.
Don't
Right.
try to make me feel bad that
It was a
the
pimp
guy
who
who's
was
trying
beating
to
up
use
people.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even felt bad if he'd have gone to prison. I'd have been like, well, this was well earned. So enjoy.
We don't even
Isn't there
know
a song
why
called Pimp Still Cry?
Isaac had to have
I
vibrating,
really like that.
pulsating butt plugs in his butt. Why did that have to happen? We didn't even get to see him do anything. Just that hustle for those
I'm
things.
sorry, but what do you do? What part of the episode were you watching? What board did you switch to in the middle of this when you got bored?
Without realizing you switched to a porn too.
Yeah,
Right.
even his rat
I
tail
love
they
this
took.
line. Even his rat tail they took.
I mean, the thing is, he actually has really great taste in music. I mean, look at all these great artists he gave us.
But you know what?
Ugh.
Okay.
SoFi Stadium is beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio Jackson.
Chelsea.
Mauricio Jackson.
M.A.
and they're like, we actually have that for you here.
They're always equally heavy.
Sweeping shots.
It was making me fucking dizzy earlier.
Yeah.
God damn, that was long intermission from that shot here.
Man, all of that was too long. It was so bad. The longest bad ever.
I was also very confused when they show them again. And there it is.
That little grenade he's got.
She's the best
Mr.
actress
Jackson?
in this episode.
Yeah, she didn't break once. She didn't crack.
I was very confused when they
Yes,
show
Tedros was
everybody
really
on
the villain,
stage.
Michael.
Yes, he was a pimp. Like he was a bad,
Yes.
terrible person, bro. He was shocking people and making them shit themselves
Yeah.
and like beating them essentially.
And
Yeah,
then if
he's
you
a
give him the
fucking villain.
backstory that he had, where he's actually like been accused of like pimping people
real
out,
pimp.
like actually went to prison for like
Not
taking
accused.
people hostage.
He did it.
He
You
kidnapped a
can't,
girl,
like,
yeah.
You
Right,
can't
and
like
some of them were
just, that's not all water under the bridge. You don't get a redemption arc just because
Right?
you're
And some of
sad.
them
Drink
were
the
like
Weeknd's
underage,
Kool-Aid.
right? Chloe was definitely underage.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So,
right.
like, no, yeah, he's a bad dude.
100% Chelsea.
No.
100%.
There's many crimes in this
Yeah,
crazy show.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Sarah.
Arguably, the worst thing about the show is that they just they almost glorify trauma for the sake of art.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
Kind of. Well, I mean,
That
they definitely do. But it's I wouldn't say kind of, because like it seems like at some point the show, maybe at some point was about like one argument toward the other. Like I kind of like that conversation that they had in one of the episodes about
In episode 3, I was like, oh, is this taking a good turn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but
That's a dinner
then
date.
it just made it seem like no, the argument is that unequivocally trauma makes you a better artist, and that's why the Weeknd is the hero of the show.
That's why
absolutely
I
right.
beat up Jeff on the weekend so that way he comes on here and I'm like, "Bro, you're gonna be funny. You're gonna be
Yeah.
funny."
You guys think I'm wearing this,
Every
this
Sunday.
no, I'm trying to cover the bruises.
I'm mailing you guys
Mixing and
all
bringing
hairbrushes.
hairbrushes.
Mailing everyone
Goddamn
900 yards
Chelsea.
hairbrushes.
Chelsea went hard.
She went hard in the paint, huh?
But yeah, to that point, it's just like, yeah, how did the Weeknd really lose? Because he was right. Like he won at the end.
Right.
It's so weird. Like he made bomb ass music. He made all of his artists blow up. He's going to be going on a fucking world sold out tour. So
And presumably he's going to get to keep beating her.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
I don't know.
is
His favorite pastime.
so
I
weird.
think that he's a slave. He's a slave. And she said, "I own you."
How did we arrive at this conclusion?
I don't know.
He's a
I don't know.
concubine.
You belong to me.
Now stand over there.
Now stand over there.
Hey, now, Sarah, yeah, he's a concubine now.
Now he's
Exactly.
driving Miss Daisy
Oh my
around
God.
for the rest of his life.
Hey, I just can't wait.
Nah, as soon as she went public with it, like he's golden.
This feels
'Cause
like
it feels like, oh, you can't.
Well,
If he was like just kept down under the stage like a fucking
Mhm.
troll or something, then it was like you have to be here every single show. Then I would be like, oh yeah, he's
that's
slave
right.
now.
She starts
But
sending
no,
him the
I
fucking
wouldn't have
videos
trusted
for
to-
raised him up.
I wouldn't have trusted
But
to
no.
leave him anywhere backstage by himself because he'd have been wanking
Oh,
off
dude.
in one of her fucking changes for the night.
But like,
So-
I think
so
she
you-
brought him out in public. So, like, if they break up or something goes wrong, who do you think's the public's gonna believe?
right, Jocelyn.
Her.
Johnson,
Right.
exactly.
again,
So that's why she
His
showed
life
him.
was already
She didn't
ruined.
have to do it. Yeah, she didn't have to do
It
that.
could get worse.
Yeah.
It could
That's why I
always
think
get
she did
worse,
it.
my
That's
guy.
true.
I don't
It could
know.
always be
You
worse.
know?
You could
That's
take
why
more,
I'm-
I guess.
You don't have
They
no
didn't take that rat tail from him. This time they're gonna take that fucking rat tail. And Jocelyn
They
was
took it,
like,
but she gave it back.
I'm gonna say, you know how Marvel does the what if, the whole what if series, like
No,
what if this
please.
person was this person? This
Please.
feels like what if this was an alternate R. Kelly? Like,
What if this was
Uh,
a good show? How about that?
right, this what if? We may never know.
I do want
definitely
to
not
talk
gonna know.
about this. I feel like we haven't like really shifted on this yet.
Oh, she's still in this episode. Okay.
Oh man.
This is at the beginning.
Joss, there's something important that I need to talk to you about.
Does it have anything to do with the tour?
No.
Great. Nothing else matters to me right now.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Lay alone.
Here's the thing. If Xander tells you to shut the fuck up, say something.
Yeah.
Just be like, you know what? Rob is getting accused, and there's something fucking weird going on.
Yeah, because guess
He
what happened
actually
anyway?
never
Everybody found out
speaks to Joss again.
Yeah.
Ever. That's the only time she speaks to Joss directly.
Wow, great.
I'm like, what a
I didn't catch that.
wasted character arc.
Yeah.
Like, have her do
100%.
something other than being like,
Yeah, have them
just a
have an
little
argument.
too
Like she
bad.
does get to finally talk to Joss, or she
Nope.
confronts her in front of all those people, and then
Right.
she yells back, "No, it's not possible." You know,
All right,
something.
can we just talk alone for a second, please?
No, Mitch's family.
Since
Listen,
when, Xander?
Right.
Since when?
Since he helped
talking
hold
about?
you down while you
I
got
just learned
beat.
this
Because
right
Mitch is a
now.
man, and we always listen to men.
Well, you know what, Nine? To your point about Leia, whatever her name is. We could have at least just gotten to find out what was on the letter. Like, that would have been better than just
I feel it's like I
she
can't
left
be
a
a part of
letter
this
and then we
anymore.
don't even know what is on it.
It just says goodbye.
Tell,
Yeah, just
goodbye.
goodbye.
Tell Isaac he can text me when he's done with the tour.
Right.
I'll be in New
Tell you,
York.
last week his name was Head. This week his name is Mitchell. Another fun continuity issue.
Right? Yeah. Like,
Oh,
Right.
what was his name? Mitch Head or Head
That's
Mitch or
what I
something?
thought.
Like,
he's
Is
the
he
head Mitch in
Mitch
charge.
Hedberg? Is that what he is?
Mitch like bitch.
He's head. We
He's
call
a
him
man bitch.
That's right.
He's Mitch Hedberg Jr.
Nepotism.
We is still on here,
Still on
CC baby.
here.
We is still
Watch
on
the
here.
show, CC.
Yeah, hang out.
Don't watch the show.
exactly, Delvin. It's fucking like literally had him tied up.
You see, baby,
Not even like a week, like the night before.
Mhm.
Come back and find out you do that OnlyFans.
Also, why is Xander sleeping on the floor downstairs with all those people? Doesn't he have a fucking room in the house?
He does.
No.
He does.
And he's all
He's
indoctrinated
sleeping in
in
a
the
pile
cult.
of humans.
Yeah.
He's
Appreciate
part
it.
of the family now, and that's
Yeah,
how
they
they
all
He's not
have a
allowed
cuddle
upstairs
puddle.
anymore.
sleep.
Yeah.
He's not a person. He's not a person anymore.
Upstairs is for the master of the house.
Right.
Sorry, that was one too far.
This is
But
a
I
story
mean-
about slavery?
It is now.
Oh man.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
there's
great.
a-
Who said earlier that the story could be better? Like, oh yeah, Sarah said
All of
that.
us.
All of
Oh.
us.
Well, all of
Everyone?
us. And I was thinking that. and I was
Literally
just like,
everyone but the Weeknd.
Remember when we had
95%
those
of-
theories about him being like a vampire, and this was like a vampire show, or he was the demon, he was Satan, and all these.
He was
people
a
were
devil,
demons?
yeah.
That would have been so good.
Like
Yeah, that
I
would've been a real
feel
good
like
one.
we should like take scenes of this show and like just redub over their lines and just make it to where they're demons. Really set ourselves.
Be 100% better than it is now.
Yeah.
100%.
Facts.
100%.
Yeah, all of the creepy and like sinister nature of the show just really evaporated. Like at the beginning
Yeah.
of this, we were like contemplating, oh, is Chloe gonna kill somebody? Is somebody gonna
Yeah.
die? And now even
Yeah.
in the last episode, all the cult references are just jokes. Like there's not anything
The
sinister.
tone
Right.
switch was too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just okay.
They are
This
not a
is
cult.
good vibes though.
Yeah. It was very much like you got real drunk the night before and you woke up the next morning still a little drunk, but you had shit to do. That's what this whole thing feels like.
Oh shit.
I feel
I
like
got another clip I want to play. Right here.
This is it. The difference between me and him is I can actually make you a star.
Mm.
I love the way that he looks back to see when she left to start barking his orders.
oh yeah.
Xander, Xander.
When she leave, I'll be talking again.
And
Yeah.
also, like all these hot girls hanging out on Xander, isn't he gay?
I mean that's
I
who
don't
hot
know. I
girls
think it's
like.
ambiguous.
I'm assuming he's back because he was
Cut you out of the fucking show. Huh? Come on, Xander.
gonna let her fucking walk all over you like before. You have a fucking kid.
And like, just how is he still like? I don't know.
Fucking talented. I want the world to see it.
So I've got a theory, and you really got to pay attention to Xander's face during this. I think this wasn't in the script, and the Weeknd just improv'd. And Xander's just trying to act along with
He's
it.
just trying to keep up. Like,
I agree with that.
like he doesn't have a single line, and he just kind of like awkwardly nods, but not even at the right time. Yeah, I think that's what that was.
That would make all the sense in the world.
The idol cousin originally. But yeah, this
Get
also
down
is
here.
just, like,
Let's fucking
ridiculous.
look good. Let's clean this fucking place up. Let's look sexy, right? Bianca, I want to see some ass and fucking tits. Don't forget, sex sells. If they're giving you any attention, you fucking lean into it. If you gotta suck dick to keep him here, keep him here.
She's like, yeah.
And how does this group keep growing, y'all? Like, for real?
Yeah,
Like,
the fungus is just spreading through the house.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
That's
She's exactly who I was talking about earlier. Like, where did she come from?
Oops.
Like,
There's several of them I just don't recognize. I was like, where did the fuck did these people come from?
I mean, there's like women like appearing and disappearing throughout the show. Like, I feel like there are two different instances where Xander walked up with a brunette around his shoulders, like, "Hey, this is, Suzanne."
Right? No,
right.
Gotta be like an Instagram sponsored ad for like Tedros.
Yeah.
Tedros house. We're gonna hang out.
Billboard. It's a big billboard. It's a billboard.
Tedros.
Come hang out with Tedros.
We get another Batman moment here.
Yeah, what the fuck was?
Yeah, I mean, they're like,
How was this inviting?
Like, it's really hot right here.
Like a serial killer in the goddamn house.
What he say is like Joe Biden's house in here.
No,
Yeah.
Hunter Biden.
Hunter
I could have
Biden's
made
house.
this
Hunter
Yeah.
scene better. Like, they almost did it really well, but it shouldn't have been three of them walking up. It should have been two of them in the middle, and then we see Destiny, and they should have had like Finkelstein or one of the other people on the left wing. And then as they would have made that triangle look a little bit better.
They shouldn't have had that black man sitting there looking all creepy.
I think for the jokes that they wrote for it, it made sense.
yeah, the jokes
But
were
But
better
the
part.
whole scene didn't make sense at all. Why did you have to put it there?
Why that man ain't got no shirt? He don't have no shirts, and he wearing the same drawers he was wearing when what's his name was hitting his booty.
Has he washed those? Because I bet those are live
Right.
by this
Right.
point.
I'm guessing he had Leon wash them.
Yeah, that whole
Probably had Xander washing his drawers. Like, this is how you
Right.
recover from a good tasing. You got to wash my stank ass underwear.
Another little continuity. This is the best thing that they've done with continuity in this episode or in the show, is that Chloe can literally only skip, even it's a short.
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm Nikki with 2 Ks.
Okay, Nikki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm Andrew.
It's 3 feet, honey.
Right.
It's 3 feet, honey. It's literally just one big step.
That
my
fucking
God.
outfit is still so creepy, dude.
It is weird.
Yeah, she's a Satan demon child thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Just
kind of
laying it on
like what's the little boy from Big Daddy?
Frankenstein?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frankenstein. Just
Hold
got
on. Can I
combat
just
boots
point
and-
out another continuity thing?
Yeah.
Am I not mistaken? No, I'm watching it right now. Definitely. Okay, so when Tedros is talking to Jaime, and Jaime is like, yo, you got to get the fuck out of here. And then they take him into the SUV. Is that not nighttime when they're taking him into the
No,
SUV?
it's
They're just
the
in
garage
the
is downstairs.
car
Downstairs.
Oh.
Okay.
They're in the car garage.
Wow.
I thought it was nice.
Damn.
It was
That's
like,
a nice
wow.
feature. That house is going to sell so well.
They had to show that off at least once.
Dude,
I was like,
Again.
we've never been in the garage. I don't know how y'all even got that it was a garage. 'Cause I ain't never seen no garage on the show.
The only thing that makes sense is this is one big Zillow commercial, and they're like, you can make hits in this house. I mean, if you live in this house long enough, you'll perform at the SoFi Stadium. Don't worry, like, you'll have opening acts if you live in this house. We'll
I
kick out
feel
people
like-
if you live in this house.
I feel like what happened for this was like Sam Levinson or The Weeknd like woke up late to set one day and were like shit and grabbed their script and ran, but it was a script for a different show. And then they were just like, hey, no, you're on the wrong page. I'm telling you, this is what happens.
Could have. It
So
would have improved it.
I like this clip here, and just the fake mad that he gets about just the word black here.
Fuck TikTok obsessed fucking algorithm cunt.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I didn't notice the hand. Wait a minute. Go back.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Nikki,
you know what I'm
I got
saying?
it. Nick, guys,
Yeah,
hey,
black.
listen.
Isaac, you hear that
I
shit?
didn't even catch that.
Black, huh?
Hey man, we're gonna take it down a notch. We have
Black, huh? Isaac?
I just
saying.
Isaac?
I did not notice all of this. You gotta go back. I didn't notice all of this first time. When he said cut, he did all of that. What was that?
You know what that was,
How did I miss that? I've seen this like 4 times. This scene like 4 times.
bro. You're giving them too many plays.
You should have called me.
I'm really trying to understand it. Why would I?
Let me help you understand. You have no fucking taste. Huh?
Sometimes, yes.
You have no imagination. You know, you have no vision.
Okay.
You know, you're just a fucking TikTok obsessed fucking algorithm cunt.
The hand circles. The hand circles. It's all about the hand circles. Everybody out there, do some hand circles, everybody. Everybody.
I also just loved Eli Roth's face. Like when they start talking, you just see Eli, and he's literally just looking at him with side eye, just like. It's just, Eli Roth was a better actor in like the 4 minutes he was on screen here than The Weeknd was in the entire show.
Facts. This is correct, Mundo.
So was the ticket lady at the SoFi.
Ticket lady was VIP.
Right?
We already know this. We've already said.
Also,
security guard.
let's not forget our security guards. Yep.
Security
Oh my
guards.
god, when he threw the 2 maids out of the room, though, I was so angry. Like, the fuck? Yeah.
America and something else too. So she got her words in. He just didn't understand it, but she was getting it.
She was cussing at him.
So she was cussing him out.
So-
Cussing him out good.
She should have been.
We talking to TT like that? What we
I'll
talking
tell you
about?
this. Yep.
Not with that
What,
tail.
what are you saying, Jeff?
Okay, so I don't know if we want to jump into them now, but I dug more into ratings on this one. I looked at Rotten Tomato ratings too.
Okay.
And I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun.
Oh, let's go there. Let's go
All
there.
right,
Okay.
let's
so pull up-
start with what everyone thinks the IMDb rating for this episode was, with over 1,200, votes.
Ooh.
I'm going to say a 6, and then I'll be right back.
Okay.
After these messages.
We got a 6 from 9. Everybody out there, vote what y'all think the IMDb score is. Don't be cheating either. Kirsten, what do you think?
Oh god, 5.5.
Okay.
Because I know some people were thinking, yes, this is it. This is when it gets good. Now they cut it off. And I was looking on Twitter for the last couple of days, and people were just so fucking pumped for no reason. I don't know where these people were.
No, there's a good reason. The show's over. That's the reason.
Maybe, yeah. They're
What about
Banthas? What do we got? What score do we got from y'all for IMDb?
3.
From
both of y'all?
For IMDb, I'm going to go 5.3.
Okay. Tedros, what do we got, man?
I got a 4.3 on it.
4.3 on
All right,
it.
so that leaves you, Blake.
I'm gonna go
Making
4.
me generous. I hate y'all.
4.9 on it.
No.
I'm so happy to tell you guys this. It's got a 3.9. Lowest rated of the entire of all the episodes.
Wow.
It was amazing. And I just re-looked it up. 1,494 votes.
Wow. People
And
were like,
yeah, that's a pretty solid one.
fuck this show.
But so okay. I also looked up Rotten Tomatoes, and Rotten Tomatoes doesn't seem to have as many reviews per episode. So this episode only has 9 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and theirs is a percentage, so it's 0 to 100%. Do you guys want to guess?
It has 9 reviews. You said
It has 9 reviews.
What?
12%.
Okay, we got a 12,
37%.
37,
Oh wow.
23.
23.
I was going to go 26.
Okay. Bill?
20.
It's got a fucking 0. All right.
Best
Nine.
day ever.
Here's what you. I don't. Did you hear what I just said?
I didn't.
Oh yes. Okay. Rotten Tomatoes. There's only 9 reviews for this episode, and it's on a percentage. So 0 to 100. What
Don't
do you
tell
think the
9
Rotten
out there.
Tomatoes.
Don't tell 9. Y'all don't tell 9.
I'm gonna do 19%.
It was 0.
What?
All right. This is what made me so much happier.
0%? That's fucking. Well, okay.
Episode 4 on Rotten Tomatoes had 7 reviews, and it also had a 0%.
Okay, yeah.
Episode 3 had 7 reviews, 14%. Episode 1 had 14 reviews and 29%. And then episode 2 was the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes at 8 reviews. Do you guys want to guess what their highest rated episode was on there?
20%.
40%.
5%.
Highest rated.
Oh, I thought you said lowest. Well, I thought that was. You know what? If the highest is 0, with the so far is 0. 5. Yeah.
The highest rated episode was only a 38%.
Was it 3?
Yeah.
It was episode 2.
Oh,
that tracks.
But then
it couldn't have happened to better people.
Well, and then for the overall show, with 94 reviews by critics, the tomato meter is a 19% for the overall show. And the audience score with over 1,000 votes is a 41%.
Wow.
Yeah.
People fucking ragged on this
people
thing.
loved it. So people loved it.
On the
The
critic
hatred.
side of Rotten Tomatoes, it's not like really what they're ranking it, but if they recommend it. So if like 1 out of 9
that's
people,
even better.
or let's say 1 out of 10 people recommended it, that's a 10%. And then like if it's like 8 people that recommend it, then it's certified fresh 80%.
Well, so then 90% or 94 reviews, that's still less than 20 people recommended this then. That's awesome.
God. The hatred for this show just gives me such a lady boner. Just rock hard.
I mean, we could see it. It's poking out your boobies there.
Your lady boner looks a lot like Tedros. And on that note, let's start to wrap up all of our lady boners over here. Let me go around the table. Any final notes of anything that we had not discussed? Let's start with BJ Stevens. BJ Stevens, any final notes?
I just got to say, Othelius, you keep saying the haters are right. Yes and no. When a show's this bad, they're not haters. This is just what the actual reviews from normal people are. So I agree with you and disagree because I just want to, I know it's such a small distinction, but I think it's important to point out they're not haters.
True.
That's just how their show is.
If you think shit stinks, you're not a hater. You just
You can smell. You can smell. Yeah.
Was the IMDb score 3.9 as Major Chelsea said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nature's healing.
And the IMDb score for the overall show, 61,000 reviews, 5.0 out of 10.
That feels too high.
I agree.
Yeah.
I still the good news to me is all of those scores together, even though they're higher than I think they should be, they're not high enough for someone to buy a second season of it.
Facts.
No, but that was going to
That's
be
what's
my closing fact is that HBO still won't announce that they've canceled this fucking show. Just do it.
How
We
could they
all
have another
know.
season? What would the other season even be about?
Tedros trying to take power back. Tedros trying to convince Xander and the other. No one wants to see it.
We don't want to see that.
But if you still got Sam Levinson in the Weekend running shit, they got to have the hero. So if Sam Levinson and the hero and the Weekend are still doing this, then this is the end of Act 2, where the hero's he's been down, he's kicked. So now you have to have the hero win it all back, which I guess means beating the shit out of women again.
Right. Well, they did say that Sam Levinson said this takes place in the same universe as Euphoria, so we're being threatened by a Weekend appearance in Euphoria. Yeah, right. You ready for that, Will? Everybody tell your therapist Tedros might appear on Euphoria.
So the thing I will close out with is, again, hopefully this is just a huge glowing neon sign to Hollywood about why you need good writers and why we gotta let the writers have what they're asking for and end the strike.
Acting coaches do exist.
Okay, so this is the spread for this episode.
Bro.
So again,
Ooh.
you know, we get the weekend. I'm pretty sure
Unkind.
someone broke it down and like believe that it could be a lot of Blackpink supporters here, and then also
They know
just
not
a
what
lot
they've
of
done.
haters here. And
I don't even
the
think
hate
that's haters no more.
definitely won.
It's just
That's
not
just
haters
regular
anymore.
people that are just mad.
I mean, at one, I don't think I would fairly rate the show just to plain out one.
Honestly, I want to give it more than a 2. This episode.
But you mean the show as a whole 9? You like the season as a whole? What would you give it?
This is for this episode.
Let's see what the spread is for the, because it's right in the middle. Look at that. See, like that's not fair either.
That's
right?
insane
That's
to me.
nuts.
So even
Who
an
the
unrated
hell?
mean, right? Like this,
Honestly, I
like,
would guess
that
that's
doesn't
bots.
make any sense.
I know
That's
it's bots. I
unfair.
know that the weekend is paying for this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Blackpink fans right
This
there.
is some ridiculous stuff right there.
'Cause look at all the like just the yeah, no.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about $200,000.
This is a way more accurate reading. I wouldn't even.
I swear to God, I
put the
will
nines in
never
there.
forgive the Blackpink fans if they get this a second season.
I need to calculate this right here. Like
Calculate
that's
it.
what it needs to be. I can calculate that really quick. Hold on.
Yeah, somebody do the math. It's not going to be me.
Do the math.
No. Oh god.
Calculate it. I also was gonna say something, but I totally forgot it because we've moved on, and I
Final
don't.
thoughts?
Oh, Jocelyn may appear in Euphoria. That would make me happy. I'd be like, okay, that's a cool little
Yeah,
nod.
that's
But
neat. Yeah.
if they put Tedros in an episode of Euphoria, I'm stabbing somebody. Somebody's gonna get stabbed.
That will make me watch an episode of Euphoria.
Blake stabbing someone?
Two things can be true.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Drunk Manthas, what did any final notes from you guys?
I will say I hope that this doesn't hurt Lilly-Rose's Depp's career because I think that she is a strong actor, and I'm actually curious to see what she does next.
Yeah.
She had a good performance.
Yeah, this was not her fault.
Yeah,
90% chance.
Yeah,
Whatever she does next, she's gonna be naked in.
I need to go watch Yoga Hosers just to like.
No, you don't. No,
Cleanse
you don't.
that mind.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Euphoria. I have seen Malcolm and Marie, and I'm willing to say that Sam Levinson might not be good at his job. He might be really
Oh, I forgot he did Malcolm and Marie. Oh no.
yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, but no,
Yeah,
that's
again.
I like. Yeah, I hope this doesn't ruin Lilly-Rose Depp's career, but I would not be like heartbroken if it ruined Sam Levinson's career.
Yeah, I don't care if it hurts any of these people's career. First off, I feel like, first of all, like, you know, to be as black as it is, you know what I'm saying? This show, I feel like watching it, like, how did this get on television? Like, who watched dailies of this and was like, yeah, we're gonna put this on TV?
We really got something here.
It just really makes me go back to thinking, like, who is running who are the people running these studios? Because, like, you notice we've got all this last 3 weeks of terrible, like some of the worst movie releases like ever. Some of the worst movie box office dollars ever.
And it's only gonna get
television
worse.
is terrible. And this is like a perfect, like, The Idol. It's a great name for it. And it's
Great
like
name.
a perfect example of what's wrong with television and movies in Hollywood today. And they did us a service. At least it was the best comedy series of all of this year so far.
And Bill, as to who was watching the dailies and like, yeah, this is good. I don't know their name. I don't know their position, but I'm guessing they were buying Coke off the weekend.
Or selling himself. I don't know.
Right.
A little bit of a barter system going on there. Terry, are you knotted out? Are you knotted out from all the coke? Are you, okay?
No, I was just reading past comments of just earlier episodes, on episode 1 and 2, of just all the people who were just clapping for the show and acting like we were fucking crazy, being like, you gotta wait for the show. It's really good. You don't understand what it's doing.
Well, they had hope, Terry. You can't knock them for being hopeful.
Right. We tried
Turns
to
out we
tell
can.
you, the soothsayers, we got proved right. But at the same time, it's just these people were telling us, hey, if you eat shit, it'll make you healthy. And we were like, no, it doesn't. Watch us eat all this shit. And now we're dying. And now you're saying, shit doesn't make you healthy. It kills you. You fucking told you. But just ate this shit to prove.
I'm telling you, this is actively making our lives worse.
All about
look what happened to all of us.
Yeah, I don't feel good about being right.
We used to be normal before this.
What did it cost?
I didn't.
What did it cost? It cost us all of our hopes and dreams, Terry.
Everything. And what did you lose? And what did it cost you? Everything.
Everything. Kirsten, any other final notes? I know we sort of cut in with Jeff's point, but anything, any words?
No, I hope that they just knock this show into hell. They were removing great content from Max, but they're going to keep this on there indefinitely, and that just makes me so angry.
Oh yes,
right.
So angry. You removed
it's their flagship
Legendary and for this.
You can put Westworld back on.
Flagship, yeah.
Right? You canceled Westworld for this?
Actually, I bet you they spent more money on this series just because the first thing we found out about
because of the people you had
more
to
on
pay.
this than they did any of the seasons on.
Oh yeah,
ridiculous. They definitely did more than House of Dragon because it was already pushing up against the House of Dragon budget with the $74 million, and then they made it twice. So there's definitely
at least House of Dragon had dragons. If they had thrown a dragon in this, maybe this would have saved the show. That's all I can
if
think.
Tedros would have turned into a dragon because he was in fact the devil, that would have made this show. I would have been like, yeah, sign me up. This is I'm kind of cool.
But it was my pleasure to make this for the show.
How many episodes were in the first season of Westworld?
13, 14, something like that. No,
it cost $8 million per episode to make the first season of Westworld.
Oh.
And they had a lot more going on than the 5 episodes of this show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This also was, I think it was averaged at $8 million per episode in the first version. So that the quality don't match. The math
exactly.
Who got them? No, this is money laundering. Somebody's
what accounting.
I know. Somebody
HBO gonna have another lot fire.
Another tax. Because you know what, the math ain't mathin', and we about to get another tax write-off is what we're about to get. So maybe they owe the Weeknd a great debt of thank you so much, so we can just write this off for all the good shows that we make this year that we're gonna make money off of. Unless the Amy Simon's version gets released. Yeah.
Agreed. And it was done.
Batgirl. That's never going to see the light of day.
Yeah, we're never. That was another tax write-off.
Well, that's what people were saying about the Snyder Cut, but we got it.
Yeah, but people were going crazy for that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to go crazy for this.
And nobody's going to go crazy for the Weeknd cut of this thing. So, 9. Any final notes?
The other version.
Oh yeah. Let me pull this up.
The Tedros cut.
Okay, so for the poll that we have here, which cult member had the best performance? We have 14% with Ramsey, 19% with Isaac, and a whopping 67% with
for Chloe.
And
Ooh.
yeah, I would have picked the
That
same
sounds right.
also. And then I also, because my math was not mathing, so I had to use ChatGPT for this. We came up with a rating, excluding the 9s and the 10s. I even excluded the 10s and the 9s, and then the 1. I felt like we're just way too biased, and we got with a 4.966.
Almost exactly.
So
is
a 5.
and that is I feel like that is the real unweighted.
I'd agree.
It's not the 7.7 here.
I'm thinking that unweighted, they must have just taken out the 10s.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
Boo.
to answer the Drunk Banthas unasked question, it does not hold up.
I would actually say that is a pretty. I would say like 4 to 4.5 is where I would rate it.
Yeah,
like,
the overall series.
God awful. Yeah.
Overall series gets a 3.
Overall it's a 4 to 4.5.
If I'm feeling generous, I'd give it a 3.5.
Like nobody died watching this,
below
but
average.
I'm only
wasn't
giving it a
great.
3 because I got to see a lot of boobies.
You didn't get boob fatigue?
One pair.
Right, I did. I got so much.
I got boob
was like-
fatigue.
I got boob fatigue.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, same.
I'm just look. I gave it a 3.
And we apologize
Oh,
for
thanks,
that.
Rachel.
Like,
what have I done?
that's not
I never said
we
watch
wanted
the
to
show.
We did not
I'm sorry
recommend this to
to
anybody.
anyone
I
that
need to
watches
send you
this.
some money, Nine, because at least half of the people in this chat watch the show.
Watch it.
Hey up.
You know not the
All right.
power you wield.
No, we don't. And before we make y'all watch any more of this, we just want to thank y'all for tuning in to watch us break this down, even if you didn't watch the show. So thank y'all so much to everybody out there. Let's go ahead and round this out. Jeff, aka BJ Stevens, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things going on in your world?
Well, you can always try and Skype me at Don Gio's Driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers.
Because hackers. Yeah.
It's because of hackers. You can try and find me on Facebook, Jeff Madel. You can try and find me on Instagram at MadelJeff. Or you can look up all my sick beats on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in BJ Stevens, and then just share those with everyone you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's so great. It's funny because there is another artist named BJ Stevens Music, and it's not mine. So
Blowjob Stevens.
That works too.
That guy.
Yeah. Drunk
Wasn't he
Banthas.
the understudy for the Weeknd in this show?
Blowjob.
He's a stand-in. You got a rat.
Drunk Banthas, where can people find you and let people know what you've got cooking in the kitchen?
Well, you guys can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Letterboxd, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. We are going to be dropping a new episode of Does It Hold Up next week with you 9 Nerd Yards, beautiful people, with Jeff and Blake talking about Spawn. That was one that the fans voted on.
Jason!
On our podcast we do every once in a while, we've been talking about Righteous Gemstones, and we're going to be talking about the Bruce Lee created television show, The Warrior, which has a 96% audience rating and a 93% critic score.
Hey,
so
come on, baby.
it's better than The Idol. So.
Exactly. We're going to be talking
Fuck the critics.
Those fucking haters.
And we got a deep dive on The Idol coming with a drunk review from the deep dive from The Idol. So.
Yes, absolutely. We're doing a drunk review of The Idol. This
Love it.
experience has inspired me. Absolutely.
God, you're gonna get alcohol poisoning on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna.
We've been asking you guys to
get them numbers up.
We need to get them to 1,000.
Yeah, come on, guys.
That's right. He took the future like Joyce. Like Jocelyn, and now he's gonna do a whole. He's inspired, just like Jocelyn, to make a whole video about this.
Inspired or traumatized? Yeah, I think
my hairbrush. Yeah.
And we beat you over the head with it for 2 hours every week.
Right. So
that's right.
Come on and subscribe to the Drug Banthas so we can heal. So we can heal.
I love it. I love it. Go heal with them, and everybody go follow them. Please help them. We're gonna. We don't care. We're gonna keep saying this until you guys get them to 1,000 subscribers. So go do it now. Terry, where can people find you and your clones if they want to reach out to you?
Well, if you're in Crystal City, Virginia, or Washington, D.C., you can catch me at BlurredCon in person. Just going to be chilling out, hanging with all the black nerds at our own convention. Also, right now, if you're ready for the 21st to go see Barbie and Oppenheimer, catch me at Pendependence. I'm going to share it. Look at that pin. Look how beautiful that one is. Like, it's going to be going fast.
Yeah.
Definitely going.
Ooh, that's fire.
That's fire.
Pre-orders for that one.
Dude, they're both good.
That is fire.
That's
I'm one of
fire.
those weirdos who are seeing both of those movies that weekend. For sure.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be seeing a lot of
We'll be
Weekend
we'll
that
be covering
day.
Yeah. I'm doing the whole double.
Facts.
Still hitting them with the hats. Yeah, I got them hats.
that. No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Love it. Everybody go buy pins and then go click on YouTube for Drunk Banthas. Kirsten, where can people find you if they want to reach out?
Oh,
to
I
you for all
thought you'd
things
never.
going on?
You can find Kirsten Instagram, Kirsten_Cobb. Or you can find her on Twitter, Kirsten Cobb1. She also just joined Blue Sky. No, she doesn't have any fucking join codes, so don't ask her. She gets them every 2 weeks like everybody else. But on Blue Sky, she's also Kirsten Cobb1. So yeah, and she's up in that Discord too. I'm running the show now.
You definitely have a giveaway of this show. I think that might be a good prize.
Are you gonna keep that thing, or yeah?
Well, I don't really want to sleep with it in my house, so
We should definitely give it away.
he's like the new Chucky. Do you really want this staring at you while you
It,
try?
it
to sleep?
either has to be given away or it has to be in the background of every single one of your videos. From
Oh my God!
We need some reels with that guy.
You do if you do reels, if you reenact scenes from the
Oh
idol,
my
you would
God.
be so much
Okay,
fun.
let me know on my social media, everybody. I'll post a poll on Instagram. Should I make all the characters because I have all the colors?
Oh.
That's-
Oh yes, I'm gonna be submitting my vote.
I'm submitting that vote.
I'll be
Reenact-
honest.
Just
My
reenact it.
vote, my vote is you learn some voodoo rituals, and we hope it really works when you light that thing on fire.
right? Well, if I
Lord,
give
my
him
brain
away,
is already
he has removable pants, and you can also take his.
It reminds me of Straight Stickly. Like,
He's like a flat Stanley.
I don't think anyone like
It was
knew
like
how to
Flat
process
Stanley's
this.
evil brother. Like,
Oh
like
my
this
God!
sweat of flat. We just did that to school.
That's
With like a
great. That's
note.
great.
Yes, Kirsten
Yes, she's
can
gonna be here all the time.
more, and make sure you silence
Fucking
anyone
agree,
that says
Samflow 3.
that says otherwise.
Thank
Right.
you. I appreciate that.
Hell
That's
yeah!
right. Love it. 9.
You must really
Where-
want him. Just DM me where you want me to send it.
Hell.
but but not before the TikToks of reenact, because I
Right,
think you do
exactly.
a better job than the show.
That's
I
Yours
feel
would
like
be
I'm
more
gonna-
Emmy Award winning.
I feel like I'm
Emmy
gonna look like
Award
Lord
winner.
Helmet though from Spaceballs when he's playing with his dolls.
I'm just waiting for the one where Kirsten's like, I think it makes you a little gay, and then you just see slowly coming into frame. I ain't gay.
He jerks off on your wall.
I'm gonna film that
It
scene.
just pans. It pans to him in the afterwards, and there's just like a little bit of glue on the wall.
Like, oh no, I'm glued to the wall.
I hope you don't have any Valentina in your house. 9. Where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things going on in your world?
Well, my angel, we manifested this dream so far. And, you know, we thought it was going to be 6, and God graced us with 5.
Blessed
But they
us, I
can,
like it.
if you want more, we're still going crazy in the Discord. We're over like 300 people are still tuning in and looking at that. And you'll be able to find someone cool to talk to there. including hilarious memes by Othelius Maximus here.
He's killing it.
Like Joe Budden with the rat tail. He comes up with them quick. But then, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, that's all 9 Nerd Yards. If Kirsten is a real one, then Blue Sky maybe soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as I get more.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Patreon is $1. I will be dropping a
Holla.
quick little video, quick little bite. I don't know what to call these. Just on I Am a Virgo. If you watch that, it was a really interesting one. I actually wanted to talk about Jeff. I think he's over here on my side. I wanted to talk to Jeff about it because there's a really cool speedster scene that I think you would appreciate.
I am a Virgo. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo on Amazon Prime. I think I should be dropping that little quickie. I can't call it quickie because that's already taken, but 9 Nerd Yards bites, if they're like short videos, I'm not sure. But
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And
9 Nerd Yards and
doing
gold.
a little video on the Idol.
We got
And then
Silo.
also tomorrow, Silo.
I got you, Chelsea.
Maybe
And
The
then-
Witcher too.
I'm sorry, Chelsea. I shouldn't have ran Stickler's name through the mud like that.
The link is below.
Oh, I'm giving-
It should be below this.
Or
and
Kirsten's
then-
giving it to her right
She'll
now.
have
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You got it.
New York City, New York
It
State.
does look like
The most
Bud.
exclusive invite.
But hey,
Our-
Blake,
Maybe
What's
I haven't
that?
seen Joe Budden. Or no, Joe Budden. Okay.
where can people find you?
You can find me right here with all my little angels, weekly breaking down all sort of stuff here on 9 Nerd Yards. We just wrapped up the Idol. We are doing Secret Invasion. I will say this, and you'll catch me here like on most Tuesdays, breaking down Ultimate Fighter with my buddy Kurt Hollabaugh, who just won his fight on the show and came on to do an interview yesterday on July 4th with his family. Kurt's amazing. So we'll be breaking that down until the end of the season, and then we'll figure out what show we're going to break down next. I do want to say to all my little angels out there, I will not be here next week. It is my birthday week. It is also 9's birthday week, so we may be taking a little time off for our birthdays.
I'll be here.
Happy anniversary, birthday, guys.
Well, yeah, and
I'll do
actually,
a birthday stream.
our birthdays
I
are the
won't be
same
here.
day. Our birthdays
Yeah.
are the same day, so
And also
shout out
MF
to
Doom's
That's
birthday
so
is
cute.
it's
our
also MF Doom's birthday. That's right. It's also Harrison Ford's birthday. So
It's
you
also
know.
Harrison Ford's birthday. Yeah.
lots of birthdays.
Julius Caesar's apparently too.
Oh,
Wow.
all right. Born in a good month.
Good company.
Um,
Who's got
but
that
yeah.
birth certificate? Like, come on.
Everybody go follow me, Money Blake Weather, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, or you can follow my other podcast, which I'll be dropping an episode in the next 24 hours. If anybody's into true crime, this is something that like legit is a crazy story that happened here in Austin, and it happened to a friend of mine. So there's a crazy story, crazy episode, and if you follow Unfiltered Bachelor, you'll see it, and I'll share it with the group. So yeah, it'll be fun. But yeah, thank y'all everybody for tuning in the chat. Othelia, Sam, Sarah, Chelsea, who else was in here? Rachel. Who else?
We got two
Lady
Sams.
Maestra.
Delvin. There's two
Sam
Sams.
Fla3.
Film Age.
Kenya,
Delvin.
Sarah, Delvin.
Delvin.
Sam.
Who else?
Lady Maestra.
Kenya, CC Baby.
Lord Slug.
Lord Slug. Shout him out.
Michael.
Girl.
I appreciate everybody who tuned in, and who we got into the Idol, even though they didn't love it. They
CC
came back to
Baby.
watch us every week.
CC Baby. I got the camera,
Baby.
CC.
But yeah, thank y'all everybody for. We're working on OnlyFans for CC Baby. But yeah, thank everybody for tuning in, commenting, showing love. We just definitely appreciate all of y'all, and appreciate all the numbers increasing, and appreciate everything y'all are doing to help us grow. Tell a friend to tell their friends that we could all be friends, especially if they love the Idol, and just tell them not to watch Idol. They could just watch us make fun of it every week. Now that it's all together, you can just binge watch it. So we
got you,
we
Sam.
love you. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And
Thank you.
Yeah, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this on the replay, if you're not watching it live, we do appreciate you. And until the next time, we will see ya. Peace.
Cold shower and finish my 9 holes. You guys are fucking brilliant. Thank you guys. I don't know what happened to Tetris or Super Mario Brothers or wherever he is, but